Carolina. Visit them online today at carolinaqualityair.com.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hey Pirate fans, D&D Advertising has the new 2022 baseball schedules ready, and you can pick them up at these fine business locations: Phoenix Sign Pros, Avery Plumbing, Postal Annex of Greenville Auto Repair Center, Bowman Padgett and Associates, ENC Roofing, McGregor Downs Health and Rehab Center, Stowe's Vegetation Experts, Billy's Tree Service, JTG Professional Window Tint, Crawl Space Pro, Club Pilates, Jolly's Pawn, Vesti Clothing and Accessories Boutique, Herc Reynolds, Jennifer Schaefer Coldwell Banker, Blackbeard Cigars, Uptown Brewing Company, or the Bodega and Cafe. Please patronize these fine businesses as they are an asset to the community. D&D Advertising Enterprises is not licensed, affiliated with, or endorsed by any university, sports institution, or program unless specifically stated in writing. No proceeds from any of the funds collected for your ad will be given to any educational institution or sports team. We are not responsible for any schedule changes made after printing.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree? Sustained effort and violence.
It could be a total goat rodeo.
Cool, neat story. Was that supposed to be funny?
This is why nobody else can get on the Sug Boat.
You know what? We couldn't get on the Sug Boat anyway.
It's a test.
What's the point of kissing his ass if we can't get on the Sug Boat?
It's a test. Y'all are haters and non-believers.
Sug.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. We are on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington, 1250, 930 online, pr927fm.com. Also watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. About to have a lot more video content once the ECU baseball season begins. We'll have your post game up there for you when you want to hear what Cliff Godwin had to say after ECU home baseball games. And we'll hear from him coming up this weekend because the Pirates throw out the first pitch coming up 4 o'clock Friday when Bryant comes to town to take on East Carolina. So we're getting fired up for baseball season. More on that coming up on today's show. Coming off a great show on Monday. If you missed it, make sure you check it out. Some great interviews with Cliff Godwin. Also Pirate players, C.J. Mayhew, Carson Wisenhunt, Zach Agnos, Ryder Giles, and Bryson Worrell, all available for you to check out anytime you want on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed to Pirate Radio TV. All right, coming up on today's program, as I mentioned, we will continue to get you ready for the start of baseball season Coach O, Dr. Gary Overton, going to join us at 4 o'clock in studio on today's show. We'll get his thoughts on the returners and also what has he seen this fall, the scrimmage from some of the newcomers. We'll get his take on Pirate baseball coming up at 4. We'll talk some Pirate hoops as well with Seymour. He'll join us in about 30 minutes on the show. Jeff Nadu, big man on campus, will get you ready for a big night of college basketball tonight. He'll join us at around 4:30. We'll also start to look ahead, talk some championship futures for the NCAA tournament. Stephen Igoe is in at 5 o'clock. We'll talk Pirate football, hoops, and baseball with Igoe. At 5 o'clock, we got Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, and CJ Schaefer producing today's program. And joining me, juryman Jonathan Ellerbe, doing his civic duty this week. Hello, Jonathan.
I was, you probably didn't know this, but I was the last 2 days one of the most important people in Pitt County. Mm-hmm. That's what the clerk of court told everybody that was a juror this week.
Did that make you feel good?
It softened the blow of sitting in a courtroom for, luckily I only had to sit there 2 hours on Monday and 1 hour today. But so I'm been reprieved of jury duty, and I've served the people of Pitt County. And as I said, at one point, I was one of the most important people in Pitt County.
Now you're not, though.
I'm currently important person emeritus.
Okay, so your name and number could be called.
No, I'm good. I think
you're done.
I think I'm clear for 2 years now.
Okay, so you'll be important maybe in the future.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm willing to pass that title to anyone else that wants it. But I was called for jury duty about 3 weeks ago. Went in on Monday afternoon, sat around for a couple hours. When I showed up at the court, I was like amongst maybe 70 people or so, and I looked. I was like, man, there's a big kind of tall guy over there in the corner.
Dang.
And I was like, hold on, I think I may know that big tall guy.
Crap.
So I kind of weaved my way through the crowd, and they were trying to social distance. Everybody was wearing masks inside the courtroom. And I walked right up and tapped the big guy on the shoulder, and I said, I believe I know you. He's like, dang, Ellerbe. Well, how'd you get here? And I was
I can't wait till Wednesday to get Bryce's full review of jury duty.
And so yesterday on Monday, I got one of the names that got asked. They split up the groups, and my group was able to leave, but Bryce's group had to stay. So I texted him last night, and he had to go back today too.
Man.
But I don't know. So I've lost contact with Bryce's jury story. So definitely Pirate Radio outdoors/indoors this week with Bryce Williams should be entertaining, because I don't know what his story is, but small world. All of a sudden you're sitting there and there's big old Bryce Williams, also one of the most important people in Pitt County. So
I have been called for jury duty twice, Ellerbe, and one time I served on the jury.
Wow.
I was important.
What kind of trial was it?
It was a robbery charge.
So armed robbery.
Yeah.
So yesterday there was a criminal case on Monday and a civil case that was today. And so Bryce was a part of the criminal case that stayed. I don't know if he got picked for the jury, but today the civil case got settled before they had to pick a jury. So that's why I got dismissed. So I got kind of lucky that I guess the parties came to an agreement. So it was an interesting process.
Yeah.
And, part of the way the world works. And I mean, it was also eye-opening too of not that, you're looking to commit crimes or do anything wrong, but the people that I kept looking around the room thinking, like, if I was the defendant, these peers around here would be deciding my fate.
Yeah.
So always just take that into account. You never know who's going to be, determining if you're guilty or not guilty, or if you're, wrong or not wrong in a civil case.
I just remembered being so upset and disappointed with the public defender. I was like, say this, man. What do you say? Do this. Help your guy out.
It's like you've watched enough Law and Order to be able to.
And I was like, if I was him, this is what I would say. This is so inconsequential to this case. Why is he not making a bigger deal?
Matlock Brock.
Look, I had an interesting experience when I got called in for jury duty. I made it to the second day, and they were taking the pool of people over to the courthouse, I guess, to do the selection process. So they brought us in, we sat down, judge comes in, and he immediately says, I need the bailiffs to come to the bench. So the bailiffs go walk up to the bench. He says something to them. They walk back towards the back of the courtroom. The judge informs us that we need to step out of the courtroom for about 5 minutes and go stand out in the hallway. So we went out and stood out in the hallway for about maybe 5-10 minutes. They called us back in, and basically the judge informed us that we were being released from jury duty because the defense lawyer was found to be in contempt. He said something that ticked off the judge, and he basically found him in contempt. There were no other court cases. Everybody go home, see you later. So I was
out of order.
Yeah, I was quite thrilled because
yes.
I cannot keep my attention on one thing for very, very long. And if I have to pay attention, and I'm going to tell you right now, if I am selected as a jury of your peers, you're in trouble because my brain will go somewhere else while the testimony is going on, and I will have to go and look at it like, could somebody fill me in on what just happened today?
I feel like Wes has taken over your mind for a second. Doesn't that sound like something exactly Wes would say?
I can't focus. I can't focus like that.
If I was a jury, I can't focus and pay attention.
He's definitely guilty. Mike brings up a great point. He says Clip was on the jury for a burglary.
Burglary?
Burglary. Thank you.
Wow. You know, the one thing that I'm glad I obviously didn't get to spend a lot of time up there because I'm a busy person, got a lot of things to do, but I was happy to serve. I did hate that I got split up from Bryce and I didn't get to hear the lawyers ask him questions of, like why, what he did, or I never saw that process, but it would have been entertaining.
It would have taken all day.
So what do you do? Golly.
Dang. What do you?
Dang.
Well, I live with Anna. He'll just start saying names like everybody's supposed to know who they are.
Do you want me to be the lawyer and I ask questions and you be Bryce?
Dang, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, sir, what do you do for a living?
Dang. Well, I work with Jay.
Crap. And what does Jay do?
Jay, well, he does a lot of different things. He goes fishing quite a bit. He enjoys that.
Do you follow the news?
Well, I mean, I go to Pirate Radio every Wednesday, kind of catch up there on what I missed during the week, but I wouldn't say I've watched the news probably since before I was with Anna.
I don't know if I can go on.
I just feel like that's how it would go. Like he just assumes everybody knows Jay and Anna and his home life.
Right. Like,
he's a simple man.
Yes. Well, I can't wait to have him here.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Wednesday afternoon at 5 o'clock. And if he's a part of the jury, he'll just have a short walk.
And honestly, I think I answer those questions way too quickly because Bryce, it takes him a while. He knows every week during football season we're going to ask for a prediction. And every time I ask, he acts like I just broke out the SAT and made him start taking it.
For folks that are just tuning in for the first time, let me say, hey Bryce, who do you think is going to win, East Carolina or UCF?
Dang, that's Central Florida. Dang. Where is it here? What channel is it on? Turkey Tears. All right, so Bryce will we'll have fun with him coming up on Wednesday. Ellerbe, real quick, could you sit here during it's performance review time for me?
Right.
And I don't know if some of these things I want you to hear, some I don't. But every now and then it's nice to hear what people think about you, right? Like
sure, you love feedback.
How's your driving on the road? You see those things?
1-800-CLIP-BROCK.
How's my hosting? How's my radioing?
Yes.
Well, just in the last week, there's been a lot of good and bad said about me.
Really?
On Hoist the Colors and Boneyard Banner.
Are you making the message board circuit?
On Hoist the Colors, it was because I was out, and then I came back, and somebody posted about it, and they said some nice things, so that was great. Boneyard, I jokingly went over there Sunday night and saw some of their reaction to the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes.
And said, it was a timely tweet about, well, my minus 30,000 Boneyard will not like the halftime show prop bet hit.
Oh.
And showed some of their responses. This sucks, all that. So, made a joke there. And then that my tweet was posted on Boneyard.
Oh, wow.
And then some people gave their thoughts on me.
So Clip Brock feedback, huh?
Yeah. And if you have, good or bad feedback, I will take it. I'll
have to go read these. Or maybe I'm getting ready to hear them.
Well, you're going to hear some right now. Now, Shirley is going to read the positive post.
Oh.
And I'm going to let Chandler, because he likes to take me down a peg, he's going to read the negative post.
Were they all positive on Hoist the Colors and all negative on Boneyard? Or is it
kind of turned out that way? Yeah.
So is that are they going to announce where they're from and then read them? Or
nah, just the poster's name and the message.
Okay, so this could be either from Hoist the Colors or Boneyard Banner.
And it started positively.
But this all was instigated by your tweet about this halftime prop.
Part of it was
that was a joke.
Was just me returning to work last week.
Right, gotcha.
So Buck Wild on Hoist the Colors said, "OMG, Clip is back," and was excited about that. So thanks, that's nice. All right, Chandler,
Buck Wild.
Now you can pick it up with the next one.
All right. So the question.
Yeah, first of all, who's saying this?
Southwest Onslow Pirate was in response to who is Clip Brock. And SW Onslow Pirate said, a fat, stinky kind of dude.
Let me stop you there. We got to stop assuming that fat people smell bad.
That's all I can get is from the Jim Rome show. Fat.
Unless this guy has actually smelled me before.
Right. And so this guy asked who you were and then told everybody.
Somebody else asked who I was.
Oh, okay.
He responded with a fat, stinky kind of dude. All right. Good.
All right.
What do you mean kind of dude? I am a dude. All right, go ahead, Chandler.
A fat, stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
Doesn't seem like a real bad guy.
All right. Hey, all right.
Hey,
I'll take that. Thank you.
But
just because I'm smelly and fat and somebody thinks I have a radio voice doesn't mean I'm a bad guy.
Right.
But just a bit full of himself. And sees himself as a huge radio personality.
Dominating the East Coast.
Huge.
And Pitt County.
Horrible interviewer.
Oh, no.
God.
But much better than North Raleigh's finest, Troy, my daddy made some money, doofus.
Whoa! A stray bullet at Troy.
Wow. I thought this was feedback on Clip.
I know. Where do we get to Troy? All right.
Do you identify more as fat or huge?
Fat or stinky. So, Troy's the best around. If I'm better than Troy, what's better than the best?
Obviously, you think a lot of yourself.
Man. All right. Not that bad of a guy.
Is that it, Chandler?
That's it for that one.
And kind of a dude.
All right.
All right. So, Wrightsville Pirate says that Clip Brock is pirate radio.
Oh, man.
I don't know what Troy D is paying him over there, but I guarantee you it's not enough.
I like this guy.
If he were to leave, the entire station would go under.
Wow, that may be overstating it,
Jesus.
But thank you very much. I like this guy. I like where his head's at.
We were in a ditch last week for a long time.
How did y'all manage?
I mean, it was what was the name of this guy?
Wrightsville Pirate.
Yeah,
Wrightsville. Wait till I leave on Thursday.
Did you go to Wrightsville this past week?
I don't know anybody from Wrightsville, but I like this guy. All right, Chandler.
Ruckus Pirate said, I actually like the halftime show. And like Clip.
Oh, good. Well, this is
And I like Clip, too.
This is a good one, then.
But he probably needs to stay in his lane and set aside his desperate and failed attempts at being funny.
Wah,
wah, wah.
So he does kind of like me, but says I need to stay in my lane and stop trying to be funny. What is my lane?
But I wonder, so he was one of the guys. So how many people did you need to hit your prop bet? Because he was one of the people that liked it.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, have you cashed that ticket yet?
There's local politics, bud.
All right. I'm going to stay in my lane.
What is that, the carpool lane?
I'm staying on the right side, nice and slow. All right, Shirley.
Wayward Pirate responded to the one I read earlier about Clip Brock is pirate radio.
All right.
Wayward Pirate says he and Shirley both. Hey, my name wound up in there. All right. I'm liking Chandler in studio with Clip too. They have good banter and bits.
Well, I disagree with that, but Shirley and I.
What?
Well, I don't know. I need to stay in my lane and stop being funny. And then when you come in with your unfunny bits,
I get you out of your lane, and
it's
then we're
like
funny.
Totally unfunny. Two unfunny people trying to be funny.
See, Clip went straight boneyard on you. Once you got a compliment from somebody, he tore you down.
That's how it works.
I mean,
all right, Shirley.
I
Hey,
made it.
Chandler, we got some compliments. That's good.
Did I not tell you? I was like, we haven't made it until we showed up in one of these.
Well, all right, what's next?
Chandler, you.
Is this Voss Frost? Voss Frost says he looks fat and stinky.
Oh.
And is an absolute bozo.
Break out the clown nose.
Okay, so you're huge, big, stinky, fat
clown.
Bozo?
Fat
bozo.
Voss Frost is confirming that he looks fat and stinky.
Totally deaf.
And it's also confirming that he is an absolute bozo.
So deaf.
I guess he likes radio people that are fit.
I know. Yeah. I gotta get in shape.
You're not gonna find too many of those.
He loves Mondays with Ellerbe, or now Tuesdays with Ellerbe.
Have I told you about F3 lately?
I'm too smelly to go out there. What is that stitch?
You think he stinks now?
Hey,
how about 5:30 in the morning?
Can my F3 name be Stinky?
We're getting old. Or huge, stinky. I mean,
F3 Stinky.
You know, he can't do that. He has to stay in his lane.
No, if he came out to F3, then that would force him to shower before he came here. So, I mean, there's a lot of process. I'm just trying to help you out.
All right, wrap it up, Shirley.
Big Time Buck says, clip for President 2024.
All right, thank you. Let's wrap it up on a high note there.
On a positive.
So there you go, Ellerbe. Some good, some bad. I think the lesson here is, other than the fat, smelly, all that, is that, you know, to each their own. You can't please everybody. Some people like apples, some like oranges.
Hey, at least you're getting feedback.
There you go.
You know, at least it's just not
good to be fed.
Just not Chandler and Shirley telling you how great you are all the time.
That doesn't happen as often as you would think. Chandler was, you know what? In fact, Chandler was giddy. He got to read the negative stuff.
Really?
Shirley was pissed that she had to read the positive stuff. Why can't I read the negative stuff?
I did.
She
I did
wanted
say,
to
hey, I
take me
want to
down.
read the negative stuff.
It's
I just
fine.
love. He's like, no, I already promised Chandler he can do it.
And now we got CJ in the back that's just pissed he didn't get mentioned at all. He's like, what kind of rogue move do I have to do this week to get mentioned on the radio?
You're a nothing. You're like John Cena. I can't see you back
Joke's
there.
on you, Clip. I'm the one that wrote the bad stuff.
Wait, Southwest Onslow. What county's Havelock in? Oh, that's Craven. Nah.
Yeah.
Close to Onslow.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say, I see where you're
Interesting.
going with
You're
that.
assuming he knows that.
He doesn't even know where he's from half the time.
All right, so there you go. A performance review. If you'd like to add anything to that, you can.
So what would that be like overall grade on positive, negative? Was that like
I'm a C student. I'll take a C.
C's get degrees.
Mike says the guy from Wrightsville is spot on. All the other ones are from Wrongsville.
All right.
Ooh.
There you go, Mike.
Well played. Well played.
All right, there you go. Ellerbe, performance review of ECU basketball. Struggle bus.
Fat, stinky,
huge.
They seem like
huge problems right now.
they're probably not that bad of guys.
But much better than North Raleigh's finest, Troy. My daddy made some money, doofus.
Oh, by the way, SW Onslow Pirate, you spelled doofus wrong, you doofus.
Now you're getting personal. Firing back. I think East Carolina basketball would need to steal one of these wins on the road this week.
And it very well could happen Thursday night against South Florida. We'll break that one down with Silas Seymour coming up in a few. Boy, I should get a review from Cy. If I'm ever like down or somebody crushes me too bad, I'm just going to call Cy. And he'll say some nice things.
I think you should get a review from Cy. And I was also thinking about this. I know you got Coach O coming up on the program.
Yeah.
And we had Cliff Godwin on the program on Monday, which was outstanding.
Yep. Outstanding.
Outstanding. Have you ever asked Coach O about Cliff Godwin, the baseball player, like a good Cliff Godwin because Cliff always thanks at like the banquet or sometimes, I always like to thank Coach O who gave me the opportunity to play baseball at ECU. If there's a Cliff Godwin, college baseball story from.
I like to do that. So last week we talked to Michael Perry. I think a lot of people don't know Ellerbe. People forget. # Michael Perry left Richmond as the all-time leading scorer in Spiders history.
Wow,
great player. So we talked a little bit about that. we don't talk a ton about Cliff's playing days, so that's a good point. We'll bring that up with Coach O.
I think Coach O might have a story or two about Cliff Godwin, the baseball player.
Yeah.
Not Cliff Godwin, the coach.
We were talking about Bryce Williams earlier. He'll be here Wednesday, had jury duty, as did Ellerbe this week. Redbeard says, can you tell me what channel the news is on? Bryce, probably. So,
well, dang.
I don't know if I get that news channel you got.
I wonder if you can convince Coach O to read one of the tweets. I mean,
I really want
Chandler has suggested that.
I really want him to read the first one.
Coach O's reading
just to hear it from the voice of Coach O.
That stinky dude.
That stinky dude. Just a bit full of himself.
I don't know.
Horrible interviewer.
Coach, since I'm such a terrible interviewer, I have no questions. Can you just read this? See how it goes. Maybe. Let me.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to ask him during the commercial break. Just throw it out there. The worst he can do is say no.
I can't do it.
One of the coolest things I ever did, Ellerbe, and it was for an audience of 7 other people, was I used to always do a skit for my fantasy football draft, and I wrote a script and just trashing all the guys in my league, and had Jeff Charles read it and played it at the draft, and like they got such a kick out of it. They were like, he was like, and Charlie and the Cleveland Canine finished last again last year. This guy sucks. Like, I had Jeff read all this stuff. I don't think I put any bad words, anything like that, but like just Jeff crushing my friends.
That's pretty good idea.
That was really cool. We should, hey, and we should get on the what's it called? Where celebrities
Cameo?
Yeah, Cameo.
Yeah. If you want us to crush your friends,
please, by all means.
Jeff Charles, he'll be the high dollar one. But we can get Coach O, Cy to do it. Could you imagine Cy crushing your soul?
A fat, stinky kind of dude. No one thought had a radio voice. Doesn't seem like a real bad guy. Just a bit full of himself.
He is not an Eastern North Carolina legend.
He probably needs to stay in his lane.
He looks fat and stinky and is an absolute buzzer.
I think
this has been inside the booth.
We're looking for a sponsor, but right now my new idea is come up with Mean Tweet Monday, and we're just going to put a picture of one of the staff members and just say the meanest thing you can about them, and then we'll have Jeff Charles cut all the tweets after that.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be awesome.
Who wants to go first? CJ?
Wow, we called that.
Wow, that was unanimous. Yeah. Just throw CJ.
So he doesn't even know what's going on. He's like, yeah, sure, I'm in. So, all
right, Ellerbe.
CJ's like, what did I do?
I was in a room yesterday with 2 other adults, and both of them fell asleep during the Super Bowl. Cliff Godwin and Troy D. How about you? Did you stay up for the whole time?
I was up the whole time.
Way to go.
I don't. I operate on 2 speeds, and when I feel like my speed's about to go to off, I go straight to bed.
You don't have any like pit stops. You get off the track.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's no napping. There's just no, I'll shut it down. The Super Bowl is a thing that my son's 13. He's super excited about watching sports. I thought Liz and Millie, my wife and daughter, would want to watch the Super Bowl. They came in for the halftime and then exited, and that was it. They've stayed for the game before and enjoyed the commercials and stuff, but this wasn't a year for them. So, but yeah, I was start to finish Super Bowl. Enjoyed it. Thought it was a fairly entertaining game. I didn't really have a dog in the fight. I was just hoping for what happened. Someone with 4 or 5 minutes left had the ball with a chance to win. I was really hoping the Bengals would get it for the Pirate to get a Super Bowl ring. Yeah. But all in all, good game.
Saw some Deontay Smith camera time with his helmet off on the sideline.
Yeah, he got a little bit.
There was one formation where they put extra linemen in. Yeah. He was one of those linemen, and he put it on a good block for Joe Mixon.
How about you? You ever fall asleep during Super Bowl sporting events?
No. Nah, I'm up for those.
I heard you passed out at tiebreakers once. Was that just a joke?
That was me trying to be funny.
Trying to fit in.
Out of your lane.
Out of my lane.
Because you didn't know how to ask Cliff a question, so you just tried to.
Horrible interviewer. Tried to inject some humor. And it didn't work. That's the story of my life.
I missed. Where did Cliff fall asleep? Was he at home?
Because because Troy fell asleep at somebody else's house.
Troy celebrates New Year's with like the London folks. Like he always falls asleep like on New Year's. I mean, if Troy's at your house for like a night evening, you better like he's like Goldilocks.
Get the guest bedroom ready.
Is that why he won't fix the clock and wants it set on Pacific time zone? He likes it earlier in the day.
All right, Troy's coming over. Get the guest bedroom ready.
What, is he staying the night? No, we're just watching.
Nah, he'll take a nap.
Yeah. Brad says he's got an idea for cameo. He says Rick Smith would be great.
Yeah, yes. I saw that.
That would be outstanding.
Could Coach Rick Smith read the SW Onslow Pirate?
How about Bryce Williams?
Kind of do. that someone thought had a radio voice. Doesn't seem like a real bad guy. Just a bit full of himself.
All right, thank you, Coach.
And sees himself as a huge radio personality.
We could get Bryce to read some of these.
Yeah.
Horrible interviewer, and I know because he interviews me all the time.
What about Jim Rome? Do you think he could read any of them?
Much better than
Fat!
North Raleigh.
Fat!
And what's the NC State guy?
Gary Hahn.
That stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice. Doesn't seem like a real bad guy, just a bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality. Horrible interviewer, but much better than North Raleigh's finest, Troy. My daddy made some money doofus.
I just want to run through them. I think
Case IH Red Zone.
we should run through them again, and just like after every other one, I'll say like Gary Hahn, then Jeff Charles, then Jim Rome, and then Rick Smith. You should have to go through all your voices.
Mike Keith, read one of them.
He definitely.
Do Voss Frost as Mike Keith, Tennessee Titans
He
announcer.
def looks fat. Fat and stinky. And it's an absolute bozo.
What's that guy from the Hornets?
He's dead fat.
That sounds just like Mike Keith.
I can't do it.
All right, you know what? Somebody's right. Whoever said we need to stay in our lane and stop trying to be funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
We entertained ourselves.
All right, let's get serious and talk to Cy Seymour. Ellerbe, thanks for hanging
Tell
out.
Cy I said hello.
Will do.
Coach O, Cliff Godwin story. Want to hear it.
Coach O, Cliff Godwin story. When we write that down, make sure we do that. All right, we will take a break. When we return, Cy Seymour joins us. We'll talk Pirate Hoops, look around the NCAA, get his thoughts on the Super Bowl, and more. We're back with you after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Uptown Greenville's newest dining experience is open and ready to serve you. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, offers dinner and weekend brunch. Located at 707 Dickinson Avenue, right beside the DAP House, the Sidebar has indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on reservations, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
It's bow time. We think a chicken sandwich this good should speak for itself. But when you're talking juicy, hand-breaded, and boldly seasoned chicken breasts, piled up with thick-cut pickles and creamy mayo all on a buttery toasted bun, well, we are happy to say it again and again and again. Bo's Chicken Sandwich, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Well, CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Looking forward to talking some Pirate baseball with Coach O, Dr. Gary Overton at 4 o'clock. Big Man on campus, Jeff Nadu at 4:30. Good night of college basketball games. Top 25 and otherwise. We'll dive into those. And Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joins us at 5 o'clock.
Stephen Igloo.
That one too. He joins us coming up. But right now, we'll head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to Seymour. He's the color analyst for home games on ESPN Plus for ECU basketball this season, and he joins us to talk Pirate Hoops. Cy, great to chat with you again. How you doing today, man?
We're doing great, Clip. Good to talk to you, man.
Yes, sir, and good to have you back here on the program. The Pirates coming off a loss to SMU, and Cy, we've seen a lot of these tale of two halves games for East Carolina. We saw another one this past weekend where the Pirates were down 3 going into the break, and my thought at halftime, Cy, boy, Vance Jackson's having a rough one, but he's going to come out and hit some shots in the second half, and this is going to be a good ball game. I didn't factor in that maybe SMU would hit every shot they took in the second half. They came out red hot, could not miss from 3, and the better team won on Saturday. That was a good basketball team in SMU that came in here and beat ECU.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They are a team. It's funny we're talking about this. I was texting the analyst for the Memphis radio network, Matt Dillon, who's really good at it, and been doing it forever, and former coach, and I congratulated on beating Houston. And he's saying, and he didn't say it because of us. He was saying, SMU got us. He said, they have the ability to spread the court out because they're not big, and if they're hitting, they are difficult to beat. And I thought, that's what we ran into. Well, we ran in a team that spread the floor and knocked down 3. And listen, anytime, I don't care who you are, when there are 8 threes differential, 24-point differential from 3, good luck winning that game. And ECU got outscored from the free ball by 24 points. They hit 14, you hit 6. That's you just can't it's very difficult to overcome that kind of effort by SMU. Give them the credit. Listen, Jankovic is like Joe. They're great coaches. They're very intense. SMU lost a lot in the portal. I mean, a lot. And if you'd have told me that their best player and player of the year, Kendrick Davis, would get 7 points and we would lose,
yeah,
I would have been shocked.
Yeah, he had an early 3 and didn't score for a long time, but he is quick. He can shoot. Left the game for a moment, went back to the locker room, but came back in that win over East Carolina. And I'm looking at their schedule now, Si, because Mike Oresco and the American are pulling for SMU here down the stretch so they can get multiple teams in the NCAA tournament. I think they got enough if they can knock off Temple, Memphis, Tulsa, Cincinnati, Tulane, and maybe they can even afford a loss in the rematch on the road at Houston later on this year, this season, then they might can do enough to get in as an at-large. And I know Memphis is they have their name and they're going to try to do all they can, but it might be down to Houston and SMU. We'll see here as far as at-larges go.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Houston, Memphis for the first time is healthy,
and they won 5 in a row, Si.
That's right, and they are really tough. Although it is a conglomerate of different kind of guys. I mean, they're never sure what's going to happen on that ball club. It could be a mistake. It's just really, Houston had an out of bounds underneath layup and missed it that would have put them up by 9. And when he missed that shot, and then Memphis went down and scored, life came back into Memphis. That's how close it can be. But this Memphis team is so talented that they're going to be difficult to beat if they're all healthy. If they're healthy, they are. The healthy team is the one that just beat the devil out of Alabama.
Right.
They could be that way.
Seymour joining us, East Carolina down the stretch, and we've talked about this. I don't think this team is going to give up and quit, and they've got some winnable ball games coming up. When you look at South Florida and Tulsa, once again a rematch there. The Pirates were able to knock them off on the road, so some winnable games here coming up for ECU. But I don't know. How about Dooley and keeping this team together, side during this last stretch run of the regular season? What does he need to do to make sure guys aren't checking out here on this season?
Well, yeah, I think Joe's a grinder. He is going to make them play hard. I mean, he will do the things that make that happen. He just can't help it. It's in his blood. I doubt you'll see any quit. If you do, kids will come in and play hard. The ones that play hard will play. So I don't see Joe's a basketball coach. He is a grinder, and his kids usually stay with him. And I just don't see it. Most of the kids like Joe. That's the other part of it. This has been a very good team chemistry-wise. South Florida, it's going to be an interesting matchup with South Florida. They struggle scoring. They're 11th in scoring. They're 11th in field goal percentage, 11th in three-point field goal percentage. So they are down in the bottom on shooting. But on the defensive end, they're pretty darn good. I mean, they get at you defensively. They rank high in a lot of statistics. So that's the matchup you have here. It's going to be an ECU team that, on one hand, scores it pretty good, but defensively they give up a lot. So it's two different kinds of teams here that are playing. And so I think it's a good matchup. I think both coaches are really good. Gregory's a good coach. This league is made up of very, very good coaches. And Joe he'll have them ready to play. Can you win on the road? It is so hard to win on the road. And this is a big one for him. And he's got Central Florida, who is just solid. They're that middle of the pack, 4th, 5th, 6th team. That's solid, and they can beat anybody in the league, or they can lose to anybody in the league. So that's the kind of league it is right now.
Yeah, and you look at what's coming up next. South Florida and UCF, as you mentioned, on the road, then back home next Wednesday for South Florida. And Central Florida is a team side I thought would be a little higher, have a few more wins here. But once you turn to late February, March, it's about who gets hot, right? And I still think you could see a team like that, a team like of course, we talked about SMU and Memphis and those teams, but Cincinnati, Wichita State, like one of these teams has been kind of laying in the weeds, could get hot here, win the tournament, and go to the NCAA tournament. So I still think a lot is up for grabs here late in the year, and especially once we get to Fort Worth for the conference tournament.
I think the tournament is going to be anybody's tournament. I really believe that. Central Florida, I just look at us. I mean, just think, if we don't lose, and ifs and buts, but if you don't lose Suggs in that game, it literally came to one possession in regulation. If Suggs is in there guarding a 6'6" guy, he's 6'6" and guarding a guy 6'4", maybe they don't hit all those threes. One bucket's all we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference in that ball game, and yet it turned ECU. Then you go to Cincinnati, and the same thing. You don't get the stop at the end. That's 2 games, and in this league, 2 games are big. you have 2 more wins, it's a different look right now. So that's the kind of thing that's been going on, and it just happens in basketball. You know, when you lose that guy or those guys, you know, it's very, very difficult. And listen, to me, the coach of the year is Sampson at Houston. The reason being, think about what he did. He lost both starting guards last year. Caleb Mills goes to Florida State, who would be your starting point guard this year. Then you come in with your 2 guards that are back, and they both get hurt. So now he's on his 3rd team guards. In other words, you lost the 2 last year, the 2 that came in this year, that's your first guard, but Caleb Mills is gone. And then those 2 kids get hurt. So now you're paying with the second group of guards, and he still got them in a run for the title. That's a heck of a ball club when you think about what they've done. Memphis, on the other hand, has been beat up, and now they're healthy. They're back in the thick. And Jankovic, who lost a lot in the transfer portal last year, I thought he lost some of the really special guys. I mean, you know, one of his best players is playing at Iona for Rick Pitino. Another one is playing for Texas, Oklahoma, that we played against earlier. And the list goes on with him, and yet he reloaded. So those guys have done a heck of a job holding it together this year.
Cy Seymour joining us, talking American hoops. I was flipping around last night, saw Kansas knock off Oklahoma State, watched Virginia Tech beat Virginia. Jaden Gardner had 15 points at halftime. He finishes the game with 17, 14 rebounds, and the Hokies took control, took over there in the second half. You want to talk about a loud, rocking environment. Castle was rocking last night in Blacksburg as Virginia Tech beat Virginia. And this thing, it's so night-to-night side with college basketball. You try to say, all right, who's good? Who am I going to have in my Final Four when I fill out my bracket? And that could change night to night, the way this thing has been going this year.
See, and I think it has a lot to do with teams switching schools, getting a coach, and then the portal. I mean, you look at it, and it leads to inconsistency. It just does. The guys that have the most guys back generally will get the rewards of it. But it is all crazy. You know, I just looked up if Winston Tabbs had played, maybe we're Tulane is. You know, we're winning. They had the kid from LSU that transferred to them, and they won all the close games. Well, maybe if ECU has Tabbs, that's how close and inconsistent this whole year is. So it's fun to watch. Now, at the end of the year, all bets are off. Good luck trying to pick this thing. It's going to be crazy.
Cy Seymour joining us. Got Wake Forest at Duke tonight. Steve Forbes looks like he might be the ACC Coach of the Year. We'll see what they can do against Duke. But, man, how about Wake Forest? 20-6, 10-5 in the ACC. If you start to break down their resume, a lot of folks will say, well, who have they beaten? Well, 20 wins is 20 wins. And how about on the flip side of that side, NC State, we think they got some talent there. We know Terquavion Smith from Farmville, and Kevin Keats is a good coach. They are potentially on pace to have their first 20-loss season ever at NC State. And it all, everything I bring up kind of goes back to what you're talking about, right? The transfers, the roster turnover, you just don't know. But Wake Forest and NC State have kind of done a 180. You got two teams going in different directions right there.
Yeah, Steve Forbes has done a heck of a job at Wake Forest. We thought he would. I mean, he was a guy that his name was flipped around in a lot of places. Steve Forbes has done a heck of a job wherever he's been, and he has brought that personality. Those kids are loose. I mean, they come and really, I watched the ball game the other day with Miami. That game could go either way. I mean, it was really one of those games that you said, okay, Wake will end up winning this thing. But Larinaga just a heck of a coach too, and he's got good play out of his guards. And he ends up winning the ball game. And going into Duke, it is so hard to win over there. But he'll have his team ready to play. Duke is Duke. They've got a good ball club. They've got more talent. When they are shooting well, they may be the team to beat. When they are hitting, they're scary. They're so good. They are talented. But Forbes will have his team ready to play. They will come in there ready. But Duke is tough right now and playing well. You get back to Keats, you lose a rim protector, and you don't have a true point guard. And that's what's killing. And that's true of any ball club. I don't care who you are. you don't have a rim protector, you don't have a point guard, it's hard to win. It is really, really difficult to do that. And so that's where State's suffering. Do they play hard? Yes. When they're hot, they can get a win. But when you don't have a true guy that can settle everybody down and run the offenses, and you don't have a guy that the thing now, Clip, is high ball screen. The center goes out to screen, the guard comes off of it, and then but when this guard goes off that screen, if he can go downhill and go to the bucket, he's going. And if there's a rim protector back there, it helps you.
Yeah.
It stops getting the easy layups. And that's the part of the game now. It is the high ball screens and a guy that can go downhill and finish. And if at the end of the day, if you've got good bigs inside to stop that, and you've got a good point guard at the end of the game that won't turn it over and get fouled, you win. That's always been consistent. Good big men and a good point guard. It's just the way it is, and they'll come out in the tournament. You'll see them.
NC State in action tonight on the road at Georgia Tech. We mentioned Wake Forest at Duke. Other top 25 action tonight on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Texas is at Oklahoma. Good one in the Big East, Villanova and Providence. Providence is 21-2 on the year. Ed Cooley's Friars on top of the Big East, but they take on Villanova tonight, and Kentucky at Tennessee. That'll be a good one in the SEC. So plenty of hoops to watch tonight on this Tuesday evening. Cy, what'd you think of the Super Bowl? Rams knocking off the Bengals on Sunday.
Man, I was glad for Stafford. I just was. I mean, the guy's he's a good quarterback, and finally he got his due. You know, he wins the game. Listen, I like the Bengals too. It was an easy game for me to watch. You know, I just enjoyed it. So, to me, watching those guys play, it's just a treat to see that. And I think the future looks bright for the Bengals. And I like LA with Stafford, but again, it can go from year to year.
Yeah.
I mean, you think Martha Stewart will get in with Snoop Dogg next year's halftime thing, or will it be just Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg?
Were you up dancing during the halftime show, Si?
Certainly I was. You know me. I mean, I'm up. I'm ready.
Big Snoop guy, Si Seymour. We know that.
So the truth is, I go back a little further than Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. I go back to Temptations at the Four Tops.
There you go. Hey, I don't know if I've asked you this. It's my annual question. If you could pick one halftime show, alive or dead, like your all-time show, you can pick the musical act. Who would Cy Seymour want at the Super Bowl halftime?
Well, I love Motown, so I would say Motown. Anything from there, I enjoy that. I like the Beatles. I like all that stuff. But the times change. You go with who's popular. And all I'm hearing, it was a really fabulous thing at halftime, or the ratings, I guess. It's just not what I enjoy that much.
Yeah.
People like it, go for it.
To each their own. Cy, Russell Wilson was there. Hopefully, Ron Rivera and the Washington folks were talking to him. We need a quarterback. I'm kind of excited for this offseason. Well, I don't know if I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic because it looks like Washington will be in the quarterback market. We'll just see if they bring in another Fitzpatrick or if they go try to reel in a big fish this time.
You got to get a big fish.
Yeah.
You have to do it. I mean, it's just that simple. You look at the NFL, if you got good quarterbacks, you got a shot. And the good ones up the ante right off. I mean, if you got him, you change. Stafford, Los Angeles changed. You know, I mean, you get a good quarterback, you got a shot.
Yep. Got to go find one, and maybe we'll have a fun NFL watching season coming up this year. Got some ECU baseball coming up, Si, on Friday. Really enjoyed talking to Cliff Godwin and the Pirate players on Monday's Pirate Radio Live. They're cranked up, ready to go for another big year.
Well, you know, with Cliff's going to have a good team. I mean, let's get real. He is a heck of a coach. He gets the most out of his players. He works himself to death. His team will be right in the hunt. And let's hope they can continue their winning ways. He's got a good left-hander coming back, and a lot of other guys. I never worry about Cliff Godwin.
Yeah,
because he's just a coach and I mean that in the right way. And he gets the most, and he does his kids right. And it's no longer a year team; it's a program.
Sure.
They're going to be good every year. I never worry about them. People that yell out about the World Series, I don't worry about that either. I know that we put a good product out there that's well coached, and you'll break through if you keep doing this. I mean, we're just too good a program as long as he's there. He just does a heck of a job.
First pitch Friday, 4 o'clock. East Carolina welcoming Bryant to Clark LeClaire Stadium for a 3-game series this weekend. Si, always enjoy talking hoops and other sports with you, and glad you're doing good, and looking forward to hearing you back on the call. We'll have to wait a week till East Carolina's back at home, but looking forward to seeing you back in Minges Coliseum.
Clip, I look forward to it. I'm glad you're doing some PA for
yes, sir.
The baseball team and the basketball team. It's just a lot of fun. Real proud of the Pirates, and we got to get basketball a little bit better. But let's always look to the future as being bright. That's the way I do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Si. Enjoyed it.
All right, Clip. Take care, buddy.
All right. That's why Si's always wearing shades. The future is so bright. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 1. Hour 2, Coach O, Dr. Gary Overton, joins us in the Pirate Radio studios. Talk some Pirate baseball. We'll wrap up the hour. One of Chandler's all-time favorite sports players has called it quits. Is that fair to say, Chandler? All right, we'll tell you who that is. And have some other news and notes from the sports world to wrap up hour 1 when we return after this.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject, rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance, or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York Style Pizza is a MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
This is Ryder Giles, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 54,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, you got Coach O, Dr. Gary Overton, joining us in just a moment after this segment. A couple of news and notes. Shirley saw this. Am I reading it correctly? Tania Thompson averaged 27.5 points a game last week.
Yep.
And the two Pirate wins, she was the AAC Player of the Week. So that's awesome. Pirates picking up a couple wins last week, and Tania Thompson a big reason for that.
Yeah, and she was a big reason why ECU beat Memphis by 30.
68-38.
Yeah, it's Tania. I knew that Tania was going to be, now if you remember Tania's history, she originally committed to Kim McNeil when Kim McNeil was at, I want to say it's Hartford, but is it Hartford?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, because my memory, I keep wanting to say Hartford and Hampton. I get those two mixed up sometimes. But and when Kim McNeil took the job at East Carolina, Tania came with her, and she has been a real bright spot for East Carolina, and something that she can build a team around, especially after losing LaShonda Monk last year to graduation, which, by the way, just a little side note, LaShonda Monk is making herself known because she had that extra year of eligibility due to the COVID rules. So she went to Ole Miss, and she is playing some really, really good basketball for Ole Miss as well. So, but when LaShonda left, there was a huge gap as to who was going to be kind of your point person, your leader of your team. Well, Tania has stepped nicely into that role, and she is proving just exactly why Kim McNeil recruited her in the first place.
Well, good time to start playing your best basketball, so we'll see if they can keep their winning ways going. Also, I saw this, Chandler. Two-time All-Star, two-time Silver Slugger award winner, one-time Gold Glove winner. That was 13 years ago, which tells you this guy's been around a while. And World Series champion Ryan Zimmerman has announced his retirement. Mr. National. You
Mr.
are
National, baby.
A Nats fan, so you've probably watched him his entire career, right?
Absolutely. Well, I started in around 2012.
You became a Nats fan because of?
Chad Tracy.
Yeah.
Watched him for many years. He is the first pick of the Washington Nationals when they made the move from the Montreal Expos. So truly is Mr. National, Mr. Walk-Off as well, and then played a huge part for the Nationals on that World Series run back in 2019. So I thought I saw that he was going to come back for one more year. Maybe I'm wrong, but with the lockout right now with baseball and not really sure what the future holds for Major League Baseball right now, I think he just decided, hey, I think let's hang it up. I'm a World Series champion. I'm a two-time All-Star, and I had one hell of a career in Washington. And also, interesting fact, he was born in Little Washington.
That's right, Washington native. Freddie Freeman to me is a unhateable guy, but I'm a Braves fan.
Yeah, he's very likable.
Like, if you don't like Freddie Freeman, other than him hurting your team, I'd like to know why. He just seems like a very likable guy. And I say that as a Braves fan, so I try to think of other players, especially teams I don't like. Like David Wright was kind of that way with the Mets. But I think Ryan Zimmerman is a perfect example of an unhateable guy.
Yeah, and it's like you said, if you do hate him, please explain to me why.
There's something wrong with you.
There's something wrong with you.
That's right. So, great career for Ryan Zimmerman. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll talk Pirate baseball. They get underway Friday against Bryant. We'll see what Coach O has to say. What's in store for ECU Baseball 2022. We'll talk to Dr. Gary Overton when we return on Pirate Radio Live right after this.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com, or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
What's the big deal? Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand toss pizza and the marble cookie brownie. He's going!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From Sales to Service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. You can shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, they have a full service and repair facility. Brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and repairing any kind of vehicle. They do it all. Greenville Auto World is located across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here. Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll make you a winner in hour number 3. Open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. How do you fill time on a 24-hour sports network? Well, you do a mock draft. That's what CBS Sports HQ is doing here a couple of days after the Super Bowl. Chandler, I just saw in there the mock draft they're doing currently. The number 1 pick was the tackle from NC State.
Oh yeah,
is that like consensus? Like, is that I don't
think there is a consensus number 1, but I know he is. I think he's been considered the top offensive lineman period in the draft. He's a really big kid. I think he's a left tackle in Kwanwu or something like that.
Yeah. Interesting.
That would be the first number 1 overall pick from State since, I guess, Mario Williams.
Super Mario, that's right. And the latest mock I saw had the Panthers getting Kenny Pickett, so maybe in the quarterback market. And our Washington Commanders will be looking for a quarterback this offseason or in the draft. And Coach O, Dr. Gary Overton, joins us, fellow Washington fan. Coach, we'd love to see a good quarterback in D.C., right?
Oh, absolutely. I heard you and Cy talking earlier, and certainly getting ready for football as well.
It'll be an interesting offseason to see what they do, but it's baseball time, Coach O, and you'll be on the call coming up this weekend with the new Pirate announcer, Scott Rogers. Scooter will join us on the show on Wednesday, so looking forward to talking to him. But Coach O will be up there in the broadcast booth. Bryant coming to town, and Coach, a lot of excitement. How about season tickets sold out and going to be a big crowd in the jungle and around the fence? Everybody's fired up for some Pirate baseball.
Yeah, no question. And we all know what baseball means around here. But same time, you come off a season like they had last year, and that's very special. A lot of excitement headed into that super regional. And when you go back and look at the numbers and the players and the accomplishments that were to be last season, it certainly was special.
And as a former coach, you know that recruiting is the lifeblood. That's Cliff Godwin's job to bring in the talent. For me, on the outside looking in, I see Gavin Williams, Connor Norby, Thomas Francisco, Seth Cadell, Matt Bridges, Cam Colmore. I see those guys leave. I start getting scared, Coach, but Cliff Godwin has a program, not a team. So for people like me, set my mind at ease. This team is fully stacked with talent, right?
There's no question about that. And the ones you mentioned were the key players on last year's club, the core, so to speak. The numbers that those guys exhibited were certainly something that propels a team to where they went into a super regional. But yeah, a stockpile well done. Matter of fact, you look down the roster, you see a lot of names that were on the club last year, but were rarely used for obvious reasons. But same time, really good players in their own right.
Looks like the Pirates will be spearheaded on the mound by Carson Wisenhunt, the lefty coach. Great season last year. His name will be called. How about the other starters, potentially Garrett Saylor? Of course, Jake Kuchmaner's been around a while. How about the starting rotation for East Carolina this year, and what stands out to you?
Well, first and foremost, you mentioned Wisenhunt. He's a true number 1. And that's the most important factor, because others will learn a lot from him. And the experience on the mound may be a little limited, with the exception of Kuchmaner, who has had excellent seasons in the past. Now, a little subpar last year, I think he would tell you the same. But what he's accomplished with the perfect game and almost no-hitter the game prior to, certainly special for the Pirates. You see guys like Garrett Saylor, good arm. Then comes Nick Logish with a very good arm. His even stronger. Cooch Maynard's experience. Any of those three guys could assume the 2 and 3 role. Younger guys, as we just mentioned, that Pirate fans didn't have a chance to see that much last year. Guys like Josh Groves, certainly in the mix. And then a couple of freshmen, Jake Hunter and Trey Savage. A lot of good things to come from those two guys.
Had the players in yesterday, Coach. Worrell, Agnos, and Wisenhunt, Mayhew, and Giles. All right, I can get all 5 off the top of my head. They said that Jake Hunter was mowing them down this past weekend. So they got a lot of people excited to see the young kid Jake Hunter throw. Have you been able to see him throw at all since he's been here?
Have not seen him. I did hear 1 hit in 4 innings.
Yeah.
That's special against a very talented lineup and one that is really experienced.
Yeah, no doubt. So looking forward to seeing him. On the back end, you're kind of led by C.J. Mayhew, who we've seen the hard-throwing lefty out of the bullpen. And if you're in a tight spot late in the game, looks like he's going to be the guy to go to this year.
Yeah, I think all the Pirate coaches would tell you, Austin Knight, especially the pitching coach, that his bulldog mentality leads to being the closer. And when you talk to the staff about who the closer may or may not be, his name's always number 1.
And it was interesting talking to him because a lot of these guys all start in high school. They come in and kind of find their role in D1 college baseball as a bullpen guy, as a closer. He said that he came up in high school being a closer, kind of got uncomfortable when they put him at starter, and he does his best damage coming in relief. Now, that doesn't mean if he has to, he can't go 1, 2, 3 innings, but he prefers to come out of the bullpen, so he's very comfortable with that role.
Yeah, and very interesting that a guy came up in that way.
Yeah.
Because most start as a starter or begin their careers as a starter, and then depending on the mentality or the type of pitcher they are, he, as you said, a hard thrower, although only at, say, 89, 90, and CJ can touch 91, but very deceptive. And a guy whose arm slot prevents hitters from seeing the ball well, thus a lot of strikeouts.
And on that note, says he's added a new pitch for the season. So guys are fine-tuning what they do. Says he's added a slider to the mix, Coach, to go with a fastball, changeup, curveball. So 4 pitches he says he has this year.
Well, anything from the left side is tough to hit. And what's the old saying? A right-hander has to throw hard and harder. Left-hander only has to be left-handed.
There you go. And we got that left-handed starter on a Friday with Wisenhunt and a left-handed guy at the bullpen with Mayhew. I've also heard that this said from coaches, from players, from even people breaking it down, that, yeah, you lose Bridges and Colmore, but we'll see from a talent standpoint, from a depth standpoint, it sounds like Cliff and Palumbo and Austin Knight are very happy with what they have depth-wise coming out of the bullpen this year, Coach. A lot of options for this team.
Yeah, numbers certainly in the Pirates' favor. There's no question about that. And when you go back to Bridges and Colmore, we know Bridges had that fantastic freshman season, and Colmore developed as time went on. But what those guys brought was a lot of experience and a lot of know-how, so to speak, to the diamond when they came in late in the game. Now, these guys have been able to get their feet wet gradually as they go. So, yeah, there's a strong number or component of this core who could be really good.
Coach, Cliff Godwin knows about the catcher position, and when you lose a bat like Cadell, you say, okay, who's going to fill in there? Well, we saw Ben Newton play very well last year for East Carolina, and it sounds like the catcher position is really stacked for East Carolina this year. Cliff said he's got 4 options there, and the good thing is they all do different things well. If he needs he said, for example, a defensive guy, when Saylor's throwing his ball in the dirt, he can put a guy back there. If he needs some offense, he can put another guy in. So the catcher spot sounds like it's well stocked, and we could see a lot of different guys play catcher this year for ECU.
Really could, but Ben Newton offensively grew as the season went along. You know, when he first came in and he was so-called spelling Cadell, it was a little interesting to see a difference in those bats. But as the year wore on, Ben really progressed and even possessed some what we like to call gap power. Now, he also, like Seth Cadell, would shut down running games, but he would do it with quick throws versus arm strength. So, yeah, plenty good there. Now, what we miss in Cadell is
power.
Yeah.
There was certainly an element there, but Ben not a lack of it by himself. In addition to what you said, yes, there are a couple of freshmen that can certainly gain some playing time.
Then there's a chance, Coach, when you look around the diamond in the infield, this defense, which has been really good, could be even better. I mean, it's tough to replace what Connor Norby does at the plate, but if indeed Zach Agnos does move to second, you still got Ryder at short and AMAC and others at third. You're going to have a really good defensive infield, something we've seen. That's a staple of ECU baseball here in years past.
Really is, and you said it best. It could even be better.
Yeah.
Agnos, the quality of Agnos is that he plays second, short, and third equally well. He can play any of those three positions, so him moving from third to second is nothing is lost, not at all. Really good player, turns the double play exceptionally well at that position. We all know that Ryder Giles has soft hands. What that does for the Pirates is creates not a catalyst, but more so a leader on the diamond just because of his defensive prowess. And then you go to third base. Now that is going to be very interesting this year because Alec Makarevich is a really good player, regardless of whether he's in a corner outfield spot or third base. But he's going to add some power to this lineup that he and Josh Moylan can be the guys that carry the load. So when you go to first base, and you mentioned Agnos at second, that is a super strong infield defensively, and you have offense in it as well.
Good point, Coach. Your corners there in the infield going to provide a lot of pop. We talked to Bryson Worrell yesterday. He said he wants his home run number to go up from 9 to 15, so he wants to provide more power. But that big fella at first base, Josh Moylan, I'm excited to see him swing this year. He can provide some pop.
Yeah, fifth round draft pick out of high school, and that was based off of his power. We saw it last year, of course, the ball that he hit in the Super Regional against Vanderbilt. I'm not sure that ball isn't still traveling, so he's shown that he does possess a lot of power. But you put he and Makarevich together, and they'll probably hit either 3-4 or 4-5, and that's some strength in the middle.
A lot of speed in the outfield, Coach, led by Bryson Worrell, who, just looking at him, looks like he could play safety for East Carolina, the type of body he has. But he provides, he covers a lot of ground out there. How about the outfield this year, looking at it, Coach?
Well, let's go back to him. You mentioned him wanting his numbers to go up in terms of home runs, and that's going to happen. An old coach told me many years ago, he said, with age comes power, and Bryson's not been short on that all along. 9 home runs last year. That's a good number for any hitter that's in the early part of the lineup, which is where he'll hit due to his speed. Excellent skilled player. He's probably the best athlete on the club. There's no question about that. And a lot of scouts like to call it a 5-tool player. Now, he has put it together at times, and in so doing, he's shown a lot of brilliance. So I think he's going to show the way for the 2 corner spots. Lane Hoover's still out there. Again, a frontline player last year, injured, and still regained that spot when he came back. But the guy to watch out for, or to look for, Riley Johnson. We saw a little bit in him last year. One of the smoothest strokes I've seen. His swing is really on a plane that is, what's the old saying? It's a sweet swing. And in so doing, he has a little power as well. Small guy, but not small on the diamond.
And again, we're talking about a lot of speed, Coach. You get Hoover and Worrell and even Agnos. Agnos described himself. He said he wasn't the fastest guy, but was very savvy on the base pass. You get those guys on base, and why was ECU bunt so much? Well, they can cause havoc once they get on bases. I'm expecting a lot of stolen bases this year for ECU.
Agnos, Giles, both of those 2 guys really run above average. Now, the 3 outfielders all are above that, all 3 of them. And with that being said, I think you can look for more speed. I think you're going to look for more, not extra bases, but we like to call it first to third, second to home. And that sets up for more runs as the game goes along. So it's going to be a part of the game I think the Pirates will implement just a little more, and Cliff Godwin has said that all year.
Coach, I ask you this question every year, so sorry for asking you again. from your days coaching to where we are now, and maybe if we're talking Major League Baseball, this answer will be drastically different. Maybe not as different in the college game. Maybe so. I'll let you answer. But what are the biggest differences in the game of baseball, the 9 innings played on the field, from when you were the skipper here to where we are today?
Well, I think that was answered by Clip Brock earlier in this interview when he said depth on the diamond. I think that's the biggest thing we see today. Not just more players, more good players. You look at the names that we have addressed today that only had limited playing time last year because of the Norbys and Cadells and Franciscos, and we didn't have that, or you didn't see that in college baseball as much back in those days as you do today. That's the biggest part. Still have speed, probably more of it. You have better athletes, trained much better today. Obviously, the methods are much better. Strength coaches on top of their games as well. So those are issues, but those are tangible items. The intangible, I think, is the depth.
Yeah, and you bring up the strength and conditioning, the team doctors, things like that. I always hear that, specifically with guys like Larry Bird. Like, if he played today, what would he do? Well, what if he had the doctors and the science that players have today? What kind of numbers and how many years could he play? So that's a big part of it, right? Just knowing how to protect your body and make yourself available for the grind. We looked at Giles last year, played and started in 61 games, Coach. That's a heck of a year of playing baseball right there.
Oh, absolutely. And you only get better by playing. And let's go back to Ryder, who's now aging as we speak, season-wise. But the student-athlete experience is very big in college today. And you mentioned strength programs, as did I, but even nutrition. Mm-hmm. Big part of the game today, so big. And that's even making guys like Ryder Giles better as he goes into his senior year.
What do you think, Coach, now of what we see from the specialization of pitching, where this starter's a 4 or 5 inning guy, and then we're going to have a bridge guy and a setup and a closer? And part of that is because I guess you got better players to choose from in the bullpen. Maybe you didn't have those numbers back then. Does it frustrate you as an older coach, or do you understand the way that's used now?
Oh, understand it completely and really like it. I like what I see, because players who you and I would call long relievers years ago, now he may be a middle innings guy. Mm-hmm. You know, you're looking for him in, inning specific, 4th, 5th, 6th setup. Excellent point, because Colmore and Bridges handled that so well, where one closed, the other set him up, and they were a great tandem for ECU.
And part of that too is accepting your roles, and I feel like at this point with the program Cliff Godwin has, he has no problem with giving guys a role, and those guys accepting that role as part of the team.
Now, you take any pitcher that we've mentioned today, the 2 freshmen or any of the returners, and if they can set up Mayhew, that's a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Then the middle guys, and let's go back to Wisenhunt. We know he's going to go deep into games. The others may not ask to do that as much as, say, a Wisenhunt. You know, get us the situational pitching today is get us to the 5th or get us to the 6th.
Is it almost like you're managing in reverse? Like, okay, we got the 9th inning good with Mayhew. We got our 7th and 8th. That you're kind of managing the whole game backwards almost.
Very good point, because there are issues with pitching backwards as well. But managing backwards, absolutely.
How about what the like Rays and other teams do with the opener? And what do you think about that?
When you have guys that throw 97, 98, and I mean a barrel of them, yes.
It sounds like what you're saying is whatever it takes to win.
That's it.
That sounds like that's it.
And the Rays will tell you that.
Yeah, and they're there every year for a reason, right? They're at the end. All right, Coach O joining us. Ellerbe wanted me to ask you this, Coach. We know about Cliff Godwin, the intense competitor each and every day as a manager. How about Cliff the player? Coming up and local kid coming here to East Carolina. What do you remember about Cliff Godwin, the player?
Self-made player. He's a guy that came in with good ability from a local high school. Very intense type player, and his game grew. He was better each year that he played. Redshirted his first year. Through his 5th year, he was better each and every year. and developed some tools that really carried him onto even into pro ball.
And Coach, I know as a coach, you like guys that you can bring in, teach them the way, and then they become kind of coaches on the field. Cliff Godwin puts a lot of responsibility on the upperclassmen to, hey, you coach these younger guys when I'm not able to give a voice. Sounds like he was that type of guy as a player. I know you coaches love that, right?
Oh, very much. A coach on the field is so special because they're getting an insight they don't get from the head coach or the assistants. But also a guy like Cliff Godwin is born to be a coach. You know, he had it in him. He had the intangibles as well as the knowledge and understanding of what it takes to win. You said earlier, whatever it takes to win, and he knew how to implement that into his game.
I talked to Michael Perry last week, former East Carolina assistant basketball coach, interim head coach, first year doing the broadcast, and at times he'll step on Jeff Charles, and part of that is he admits it's tough to get him out of coach mode. He's in a tie on the sidelines, Coach O, but he's still coaching. But and it's tough to get him out. Did it take you a while, or do you still get in that mode sometimes up at the press box at Clark LeClaire? Can you ever get away from that coach mode?
No, not at all. Because once you establish that, and once you talk about the intricacies of the game, in other words, the strategies and tactics, which I like to talk about, then it's really a part of you, but it's also not just insightful, but hopefully some knowledge comes out.
Sure, absolutely. And I always say when Coach O speaks on a broadcast, pay attention. He's saying something. You're gonna learn something about baseball. When Dr. Gary Overton talks on the broadcast, he'll be on the call this weekend at home. Coach, and you've been a part of the selection committee with the NCAA tournament, the regionals. Have you looked at the landscape? There's so many teams, so many players. Can you pinpoint, okay, this team is likely to be in Omaha at the end of the thing, or is it wide open? Is it top heavy? What do you think about this year's schedule, this team?
The top, generally year in and year out. This year, no exception. You take the top 50 clubs, there's so much parity in that group, which is, what's the old saying, it's hard to get to Omaha because of only 8 teams going. And in so doing, there are so many clubs that are very capable for different reasons. And what comes out, it happens at the right time. The team that's in the right place at the right time will go.
NC State receiving some high marks after what they did last year. Unfortunately, were unable to finish their run for a championship, but they are highly ranked. East Carolina, once again, top 15 in all the polls nationally, so people thinking highly of the Pirates. Tough schedule this year, Coach, and part of that is you want to build your resume to host a regional, to get in an opportunity to host a super regional, and this feels like a schedule compiled to, if ECU takes care of their business, they could potentially do that.
Really is a good point. I mean, when you play at Virginia Tech, by the way, playing on the road is more important than playing at home.
Right.
But when you play at Virginia Tech and then you have the Dukes, Carolinas, NC States, Campbell, who's expected to have a good year this year, those people really boost the RPI. And in so doing, it gives you a chance, not only, as you said, with a good record, to host at home, to host a regional, but also be at home during a super regional as well.
Coach O, Dr. Gary Overton joining us. Coach, are you following the Major League Baseball stuff, or are you just saying y'all figure it out and let's play? I mean, it's tough to look at.
We all want the lockout to end.
Man.
And in so doing, I think baseball, it's America's game. And in so... we just all want it to end.
We do. If not, the Braves will just keep being World Series champions. I'm okay with that, but I want to see those guys back on the field. But regardless, we will be seeing some Pirate baseball. Coach, we'll talk to you during the season. Appreciate you joining us today for a preview. Enjoyed it.
Thanks so much, Clip.
Yes, sir. Dr. Gary Overton, Coach O, joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you on this Tuesday. We're back with you after this.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak and our seafood delight pasta. The Rick House is open for lunch daily from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Take a break from your workday with lunch at the Rick House. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Bring home comfort at huge savings during Bostic Sugg Furniture's President's Day Power Event. Now at Bostic Sugg, amp up your space that makes a powerful statement with hundreds of power sofas, sectionals, and recliners in stock. Experience the power of better sleep on a Serta Arctic mattress with 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase. And with any Arctic purchase, get 2 free pillows. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kid store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's send it back into the show. Here's your host, Flip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome back into Pirate Radio Live. Steven Igloo, Hoist the Color, is going to join us coming up at 5 o'clock. Before we get there, we will talk some college basketball. Nice slate tonight. We'll run down the games and talk about it with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, who joins us here on the Pirate Radio Live line. Big man, how you doing today?
Good. How are you, Cliff?
Good. Looks like, just judging by your social media last night, you had a good night last night in college hoops. Good to see the Bonnies back 2 in a row over St. Louis. So I had that one last night, Jeff, feeling pretty good. But did you have a good night last night in college basketball?
Yeah, I did. I had St. Bonnie. I had K-State. I had Hartford. Yeah, I had a good night. The only loser I had was Texas Southern. So, yeah, it was a good night, and, we'll take it. And anytime you can win money in college hoops, it's a plus.
This thing is wild this year, and it makes it fun for bettors. It makes it frustrating, but let's dive into what's going on tonight. Jeff, we've talked about the job Steve Forbes has done at Wake Forest. He goes into Duke as a pretty heavy underdog tonight. I guess, and I've heard this too, Jeff, when you dissect the Demon Deacons, and it's a feel-good story because they haven't been good in a while, and Forbes has got them off the mat. The question is, who have they beat? I guess they don't have a ton of impressive wins on their resume. So is that kind of they should make the tournament? Obviously, they have 20 wins, but are you counting Wake Forest as a real contender, somebody that could do damage in the NCAA tournament?
I think so. I mean, I think anytime Steve Forbes is a coach of a team, you have to be interested. That being said, tonight, I don't know if the number's quite high enough. It seems like a spot. Duke kind of controlled the first matchup here, 76-64, did a really nice job defensively, and really outside of Alondas Williams, no one really did much of anything for Wake. And I think, now you got to go into Duke. That's an even tougher ask here. I don't think that the Wake Forest Demon Deacons have an answer for Paolo Banchero. It's that simple. And they did in the first matchup. Do I think they can, do something in the tournament? Yeah, of course. I think, you can make the case, Clip. This might be the second best team in the ACC. So, I don't. It's a down conference. I mean, Florida State struggled this year. Louisville struggled. Syracuse has struggled. Carolina's not been great. So, yeah, I don't. Put it this way, Cliff. If you're asking me, am I going to bet against them the first week of the NCAA tournament? Absolutely.
Jeff Nadu joining us here on Pirate Radio Live. Some other matchups tonight. This is basically, pick a winner, Jeff, with the line so low. Texas, do you trust them on the road at Oklahoma? I was on Oklahoma last week when they beat Texas Tech at home, so pretty good at home. You worry about Texas. Tennessee is a slight favorite at home over Kentucky. Are the Wildcats the real deal? Can they go in and beat an erratic Tennessee team? And even Wisconsin, Indiana. Indiana is a 3-point favorite at home against Wisconsin. These are basically like, all right, who's going to win this game? I'm going to take this team. Do you feel comfortable about any of those involving top 25 teams tonight?
Well, when you look at Texas, Oklahoma, obviously it's a good spot for Oklahoma. This team hasn't played exactly real well over the last, let's say, 2 weeks or so, but they did get a great win in a similar spot against Texas Tech. Texas is kind of turning a corner a little bit. I look at this game and I kind of say, how the hell, who scores in this game? I mean, Oklahoma couldn't do anything offensively the first match, but 52 points. It's not like Texas has looked incredible offensively this year. This is a very slow-paced game. I think, Oklahoma obviously solid defensively. I think they'll be okay here. I kind of thought the under was a good play in this one. As far as some of the other flip games, if we're talking about a flip game, I think the best play on the board tonight is Tennessee against Kentucky. This is a rough spot for Kentucky. This is a revenge game for Tennessee, Clip. You look at the last 9 games, Tennessee's 8-1. It all started after they got absolutely pulverized for 779 back on January 15th. This is a major revenge game. This is a Kentucky team that's not going to have Ty Washington tonight. It's a rough spot. Tennessee's really good, Clip. This is a team that we got to start paying attention to. And I know every year, we kind of hear the same thing about Tennessee, but...
Well, you're the one saying it every year.
Well, yeah. But there was one real good team a couple of years ago, the Schofield Williams.
Yeah.
I like that team. And this team this year I like. Defensively, they're very solid as usual. You look at offensively, though, is where they really, I think, get their success. I mean, they're a much better three-point shooting team. Everybody's kind of playing in their right spots. I like Tennessee a lot. I think they get a huge home win tonight. I think they make things difficult on a Ty Washington-less Kentucky team. I think they force some turnovers, and I think they get the job done tonight. I like Tennessee.
Jeff, last week I asked, how do you handicap the Big East this year? And your answer was, I don't. You avoid it. And I will bring up this game, but it is a Big East game. And it's a good game tonight. Villanova at Providence. Providence 21-2, 11-1 in the Big East. Yet they are home dogs to Villanova. So you said last week you don't have much interest in betting Big East games. How about this one?
Well, I kind of want to talk to you about Providence for a second. I've vilified them. Obviously, 21-2, it's impressive. I'll first make it clear, Big East is not a good conference. Let's stop acting like it is. It's not. There's no really good team here. Clip, there's a Ken Pom metric that is called luck rating. Okay, he's tracked it since he started the site. This team, there's been no team more lucky outside of Providence. You have to go all the way back to 2008 Wagner to find a team as lucky as this year's Providence basketball team.
Do you know what that factors in at all, Jeff? What's used to determine luck?
Yeah, so I've gotten that question before. I don't have the exact potion, but Ken Pom, I think, kind of describes it as just a modicum of different factors, like whether it's shot quality, shot expectancy, situation, sorts of things like that. I mean, when we look at luck, they're lucky by a wide margin. The next closest team, he measures it so their luck rating is .226. The next closest luck team is Siena at .170. So they're significantly luckier than anyone else, Clip. So it's pretty incredible. I think eventually it's going to run out. Do I think it's tonight at home against Villanova? I would lead Villanova. I think they're better than Providence.
Yeah. Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, I know you like to get in the weeds, so I hit on some top 25 games tonight. What else are you looking for kind of beyond the off the beaten path tonight?
I really like what I'm seeing out of this Kent State group lately. They have to head on the road to take on Toledo. I've noticed in this conference, these in-state matchups have gotten a lot of love. They've been good games, too. Kent State's won 7 in a row. They're 10-4 in conference. Really played some great basketball under Rod Senderoff. You look at this team, very good on the defensive end. They play with a lot of kind of a short pace. They turn you over, have a good offense. The return of Giovanni Santiago has been huge for them. They get a Toledo team tonight that they've already beaten once. They're 8-point dogs tonight. I think Toledo is a good team. I don't think they're a great team. I think Kent State could probably throw a little fly in the ointment here. And for the most part, when stepping up in this conference, Toledo's kind of had a lot of close games. So I don't love Kent State. I think it's worth a little look tonight. Another game I played tonight was Arkansas. Kind of not really an in the weeds game, more of a high end team. I'm really high on Arkansas. I think they're a really good basketball team. Defensively, they're elite. They beat the same Missouri team by 34 a couple of weeks ago. Now you're telling me a change of venue is going to be any different. Look, I know Missouri can be tough at times, but I don't know how they scored tonight. I like Arkansas. And then the conference that ECU's in, Memphis, Cincinnati. Memphis off a huge win over the weekend at Houston. Now they got to go play Cincinnati. That's going to be a great atmosphere tonight in that little city. You look at Memphis, Clip. Some of the comments coming out of that team after the game were laughable. Did you hear the quote coming out of some of the players? They stated that it was, quote, a win they'll remember for their entire career. It's like a low down, just weak game. Good teams don't say things like that.
That's a team that was top 10 going into the year, preseason.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think, I don't know, my dad was asking me this at the game the other night, at the ECU game. Amani Bates, has he shut it down? Is he week to week? What's his deal there at Memphis?
I think he's pulled a Jalen Johnson. I think he's done. He's out.
Yeah.
Another game tonight, Clip, kind of real in the weeds. I think Liberty's worth a look tonight. I'm hearing some reports that North Florida, the team they're playing tonight, has some major injury problems. They already got crushed one time this year by Liberty. I think they got crushed again here. I think North Florida is one of the weirdest teams in the country. They shoot a ton of threes. If those threes aren't going down, they can get blown out real quick. I think they get blown out tonight. I lean Liberty.
All right, the Ospreys. Jeff, I had my Rams future hit. Kudos to you. You were on the Rams from the beginning, saying they were the best team in the playoffs. So I was very happy about that Sunday night. And now I've got the itch. I've got the future itch. And I'm looking ahead. I would love to get involved in some conference titles. Which I know, Jeff, you break that down each and every year before the conference tournament, so I can't wait for that time here 3 weeks or so from now. But as far as national championship odds go, and I was kind of looking in the 12-1, 14-1 window, which is the same that I got the Rams on, and some teams that stand out. Baylor, which I think they're really banged up right now, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
You got Kansas, who I like. I had them last night. Duke is in that range at 11-1. I don't know any. Have you? First of all, what futures do you have out there right now? And it might be late in the game to get into them, but I kind of would like to put one or two down here just for fun. So, what are you looking at out there?
Yeah, I have a lot of futures, to be honest. Some of the top teams, I have Gonzaga, I have Purdue, I have Kentucky, and then when we're getting into the price range you're looking at, I have Texas Tech 50-1. I've got Texas 30-1, but I think there's some teams kind of in, I would say, Clip, maybe the range of like a Texas Tech or even a Houston, a Tennessee, and then even an Arkansas down in the 100-1 range. I have them as well. I think they're really an interesting team. I think 100-1 is too high on Arkansas. I think talent-wise, they're really talented. I think they should be more in like the 50-1 range. I think that's a huge price. I think they're in that middling range, like 15 to 30-1. UCLA, 25-1. I think they have the pedigree. They have the eye test to me. I can surely see them winning the NCAA tournament. They have one of the best players in the country. They're deep. They're old. They play good defense. They're well coached. They've been to the Final Four. I think if there's a team, let's say in the top 10 that I want, it's UCLA.
Okay.
I think they're really good. I don't see a ton of negatives to them. It'd be either UCLA or Purdue to me, or Gonzaga.
Jeff Nadu joining us today. Jeff has got the Sit Down podcast going on too, which you can download the latest episode and all the episodes right now. Jeff, anything else we need to know about?
Clip, real quick with the Sit Down. If you haven't listened, this could be the chance to listen. This episode I'm doing tomorrow, Wednesday, is one of the most anticipated episodes I've personally done. I'm very much in on the subject. I know a lot about it. We're going to talk about Goodfellas. We're going to talk about the Lufthansa heist. We've done a show on some of the particular people in that, but we're going to talk about a guy that was very involved that you don't hear about. And we're really kind of getting into the weeds with this one, if you will. So I urge you to check the show out. I think you'll enjoy it if you like Mafia history. And just awesome. Kind of getting ready for college hoops. That's kind of the center stage now, Clip. So,
yes, sir. Excited to talk some conference tournaments and, of course, NCAA tournament with you down the road. Big man, we'll check in with you next week.
Real quick, did you see who got introduced today? James Harden.
Is he playing tonight?
No, he's not. Break after the All-Star.
I know you're fired up. We'll talk about that, too.
And I got pre-approved for a mortgage yesterday, Cliff.
All right. Congrats, man. Good stuff. Jeff, enjoyed it, man. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, buddy. See ya.
All right, the big man on campus, the big man on his own land, Jeff Nadu. Joining us today here on PRL. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number 2. Get you set for hour number 3. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, will join us inside the Pirate Radio studios, talking all things ECU, hoops, baseball, and football. We'll be back with you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
It's a new year and we have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685842. Equal housing lender.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced and professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
If you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems, professional cleaning of your air ducts can help. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 other viruses, including the coronavirus. And if you get your house ductwork cleaned now, you'll receive a free dryer vent cleaning valued at $150. Carolina Quality Air, family owned and operated right here in Winterville, and the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. Visit them online today at carolinaqualityair.com.
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's send it back into your host. Here's Clip.
Thanks, CJ. CJ, if you were hitting fifth in the lineup on Friday for East Carolina and you were announced to the plate, what would be your walk-up music?
Oh, man, you put me on the spot.
Everybody's supposed to just know this, like have this answer ready for when they're asked.
Well, it changes so much. Somebody
what
said
would it be
yesterday.
right now?
Right now,
it's already changed again. In the last 2 seconds, it changed.
You're right.
It's got to be a wrestling theme, right?
I feel like it would. Can I do that? But I get.
Yeah, we've had.
You're not gonna get sued.
We've had Stone Cold used before out there.
Man, I would love Triple H's.
The game?
Yeah, the game.
Started from the beginning?
Yeah. I'll go out there and do the water spit too.
That would be cool. Until you're hitting 180.
Yeah.
Game 7 into the season, doing all those theatrics. Using up the team's water supply. Chandler, what's yours?
Hell's Bells. The bells tolling. And then it kind of slowly gets in there. It's what it was in high school.
I don't like that song because I like For Whom the Bell Tolls better.
Oh.
So anytime it's on the radio, They have the same bell playing at the beginning. I might be for him the bell tolls. Nah, it's Hell's Bells again. But anyway.
Damn it.
Hell's
Bells.
I would probably go NWO theme. Can't go wrong with that. It's so cool, too.
We have some wrestling
Too
news
Sweet
today.
the umpire. What's the wrestling news?
Out of the AEW?
Oh, breaking news, boys. Hold on, I want Chandler to say it. You don't even watch wrestling.
You saw that.
So what's the deal, CJ?
Cody Rhodes is apparently leaving AEW.
All right, so here's what's in my brain. Didn't he start the AEW? Or am I wrong?
No, you're right. He was one of the EVP's executive vice presidents.
It was like him and the Young Bucks.
And Kenny Omega.
So how is he leaving his own thing?
That's a great question. I'm not entirely convinced he's actually leaving.
It's a work.
It's a work, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it might be, but I don't know.
Isn't he a big, which they all are, and they should be. That's their job, but he's egotistical.
Oh, yeah.
So is he doing this so he can make a return? And if that's the case, would fans even be into that?
It depends. There's a fine line he's been towing of being egotistical, but to the point where you can tell it's a part of his character.
It's a character, yeah.
Yeah, but if you leave and you get all of these news sources on it and everything, if you get all of these people into it, and then you come back at whatever the next pay-per-view is, I don't know how that's going to be received.
Yeah, like SW Onslow Pirate said, I am a bit full of myself.
Mm-hmm.
What if I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this show anymore? And then I show up on Friday, I'm back, baby!
You fat, stinky man!
Look who's back! That would be a pretty lame move by me.
Yeah, kind of be frowned upon, most likely.
I feel like that would be a lame move by Cody if he's in on this thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, any other breaking news from the breaking news boys?
Not that I know of.
Let's look at. Go ahead, Chandler.
I was just going to say the other breaking news we mentioned earlier. Ryan Zimmerman is going to be retiring from the Nationals.
From the National Baseball Association. Tonight, we mentioned good slate of college basketball games. The Hornets are in action tonight. Hornets on the road at Minnesota. I saw a picture of Minnesota's. I guess they're throwbacks now. It makes me feel old, but the jerseys they had in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Those are sweet.
Sweet.
I need to go back to those. It's so funny that when they went to the KG era and had new uniforms, it was wow, they are up to date, out of the past, out of that Kelly green and royal blue or whatever it was. And they look so cool. And now I want them to go back to what they were previously. I guess it's just something different. Hornets at Timberwolves. T-Wolves have a winning record. 30-27.
They're 7th in the West.
The Hornets like to go on a run, get a few games over 500, then immediately go back to 500. And that's what they've done as they are 29-29 on the year. Minnesota, a 6.5 point home favorite tonight.
Has Montrezl Harrell played yet?
He's played in 2 games, and he's played very well.
Good.
He is always at the rim waiting for that lob from LaMelo.
Has he had 2 20-plus point games? I know he did in the last one.
I know he did in his first game.
Well, he did in the second one, too.
In Detroit. I'm not sure about Memphis on
I'm
Saturday.
telling you, he did. I don't know why you're ignoring me. I'm telling you he did.
Well, you asked the question first.
Can you both stay in your lane, please?
I did, and I said, I know he did in the second game. And then you're over there hollering, I know he did in the first game. I don't know if he did in the second game. Well, I'm saying he did in the second game.
Well, I knew he did in the first game. So that comes to the question, or that comes to the answer that, yes, Montrezl Harrell did.
Jeez.
Can he do it tonight? We'll see. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Can he do it in his third game?
Huge radio personality in Studio A right now.
I'm looking for Igoe. Where's he at?
Where is he at?
Montrezl in his last game. Why don't I see it? 20 points.
Because they don't know either.
20,
just like us.
20 on the dot.
Right on the money.
7 of 8 from the field. Pulled down 9 rebounds. His college teammate Terry had 35 in that loss to the Grizz.
So I watched his highlights whenever we signed him, and there was one thing I pointed out with Montrezl Harrell. When he dunks, it's like he rattles the rim, like literally rattles the rim.
You think he's trying to break the backboard?
I feel like that's what it looks like he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And the dunks that he's had so far as a Hornet, he's doing that exact same thing. So, very fun to have him on the court for the Hornets, because you already have a guy like Miles Bridges who can get up and catch those lobs from LaMelo, but now you have the Tarboro native, Montrezl Harrell.
Shout out to all the BA white boys out there, like us.
BA white boys, just like us.
The Bulbs. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live, scheduled to appear. Steve and Igoe hoist the colors.
We'll see.
We'll also make you a winner, open up the booty bag. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. We're back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Uptown Greenville's newest dining experience is open and ready to serve you. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, offers dinner and weekend brunch. Located at 707 Dickinson Avenue, right beside the DAP House, the Sidebar has indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on reservations, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service a number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. And the combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard, conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Rock.
Alrighty, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Super Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. We'll make you a winner coming up later on this hour. Let's welcome in to the show from hoistthecolors.net. He is the 2022 Super Bowl at Igoe's house prop bet champion, Stephen Igoe. Hello, Stephen.
Hey, Clip. Thank you. By the way, I didn't give you a shout out yet, but thanks for making those prop bets and for helping me to a championship.
So I understand I finished 1 point behind you.
You did. And
it came down to a freaking coin toss. Did you have heads or tails?
I actually had whichever one it was not, so I got that.
Oh, okay. Well, it came down to a different prop then.
And we both had Dre appearing / speaking first, which we never 100% finalized it, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll take that. So Super Bowl has come and gone. We haven't really talked a lot about it because we had all the players in yesterday and Cliff Godwin, but I'll say my favorite commercial by far while watching the NFL game was the NFL commercial with all of the video game guys destroying the house and all doing kind of their signature moves. And they had current players. Nice to see Chase Young in a commercial, but current players with former guys as well. And I thought that was the most entertaining commercial of all.
They had Peyton in a Colts uniform.
As they should.
I guess so, but I still remember him as a Bronco.
Why? He was much better with the Colts. Actually, he did have some good years in Denver.
He was very, very elite his first 2 years. But, no, I mean, that was a good one. Honestly, chasing with all the kids that were roaming around our house, I think I missed the majority of the commercials. I do really remember that one because I think all the kids had gone at that point. But it was a zoo for like the first quarter.
I like the Larry David commercial because I like Larry David, and it was pretty funny where he kept shooting down ideas that turned out to be big, and it was for some crypto deal or whatever.
Right.
But he was like, I don't think this is going to work. So I like that one because I like him. Shirley Chandler, Igoe, do any more commercials stand out from Sunday to you?
Not me. I mean, like I said, I don't even really remember any others other than the Lord of the Rings Amazon series preview. I'm looking forward to that.
I didn't even see that.
The LeBron James with the CGI.
That one was just kind of creepy.
It was creepy.
Yeah, you're a creep.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Well, the CGI baby LeBron just looks so like next to the real LeBron, just looked too fake.
Yeah, it did.
That sucked, Chandler. Get out of here.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say something. Hold on. Before you say anything, you were talking about the NFL commercial.
Yeah.
It took me back to the 100th year anniversary commercial where they were at like the ceremony or whatever. I really like that one. So the NFL's doing a good job with their commercials.
I honestly thought it was like a commercial for a new Blitz game.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that's what it was, but it was just a commercial for the NFL. All right, Shirley, what was your favorite?
I really like the Doritos commercial, the one with the animals and the sloth. Oh gosh, it was a Doritos, and there was another product that was mixed in there, and I can't remember which one it was. Cheetos.
I feel like I guess I didn't watch a lot of commercials. I don't remember these.
Well, that one came on pretty early on in the football game. I want to say it was like the first half when that commercial came out. I like that one. I like the Toyota one, Keeping Up with the Joneses.
I did like that one. That was pretty good. Keeping Up with the Joneses.
I thought that was pretty good. I'm a big fan of Leslie Jones anyway, so I thought it was pretty good.
I like Tommy Lee Jones. Every outhouse, in-house, outhouse, in-house.
Yeah, exactly.
Fugitive, great movie.
Hen
See
house.
it, kids. You
Cat
seen
house.
Fugitive, Igoe?
I don't think so.
I don't do a lot of you need to see these. Fugitive is a great movie.
It is a great movie. Very good. I did not kill my wife. I don't care.
Well, just do the whole movie for you.
I think I'm watching it right now.
I did like the NFL one where the players came out of the TV. I like that one. And really, that's about it. I can't think of another one that kind of stood out to me. Usually there's at least one or two that are like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. I kind of like the avocado one.
I don't remember that either.
Where they're tailgating, but it's like in Roman times.
Oh, was it Caesars?
No, it wasn't Caesars. There were two of them.
Peyton Manning, by the way, was in at least 3 commercials, maybe 4.
The one with Jimmy Butler?
The bowling one, when they were in the bowling alley. I did like that one.
He was in that one. He was in the cartoon one, and he was in the one with J.B. Smoove at the table with the other Mannings. So that's 3 for Peyton, which, by the way, I saw they were going to continue doing Manning Night Football on ESPN.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm
That's
happy about
huge news.
that. Yeah. Halftime show, Igoe's wife had the shirt of the night, Mom Spaghetti. That was Erica's a lot cooler than you are, Steven.
Oh, yeah. She's much more hip. I don't even know what the
Igoe
word
was
is.
wearing some lame jersey. Whose jersey were you wearing?
John Elway. Yeah. So lame.
Lame.
And now wears a Denver Nuggets shirt today.
Did you know that the Denver Broncos have won 3 Super Bowls since the Washington, whatever they're called now, have won or have even appeared in a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm a sports fan.
Okay. I'm a sports fan, too. That's why I'm not cool on entertainment stuff. I'm just cool on sports info.
You're cool, all right. Speaking of being cool, let's do our readings again. Shirley, this time you can read the negative ones. Chandler, you can read the positive ones. How about that?
All right.
Hold on, I gotta find my sheet.
So in the last week, I received a lot of praise, Igoe, and a lot of hate.
I did see
on social media platforms.
Yeah, when I came in here, something smelled a little funky, but I didn't want to say anything.
Well, stinky. I think I know what it is. So Buck Wild, some complete psycho on Hoist the Colors, started a thread that said, OMG, Clip Brock is back. That's my fan base. Complete psychos online. Thanks, Buck Wild. So we start there. All right, Shirley, you can read Southwest Onslow Pirate.
In response to who is Clip Brock? Well, he's a fat, stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice. Doesn't seem like a real bad guy.
Thank you.
A bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality. Horrible interviewer.
I love how he called you, what was it? Stinky kinda?
Horrible interviewer.
Kinda dude. Stinky kinda dude.
Stinky kinda dude, yeah.
A fat, stinky kind of dude.
Fat, stinky kinda dude. Wow.
Horrible interviewer.
But much better than in North Raleigh's finest, Troy, my daddy made some money, doofus.
That's SW Onslow Pirate. All right, so that was a bad one.
Nice guy.
He is a gentleman. Chandler, read a good one.
Rightsful Pirate.
Are y'all okay?
I don't know.
What is going
Are
on?
y'all that disturbed by these messages?
It's 5 o'clock.
CJ is ready to...
Rightsful Pirate says,
Is it your
Clip
smell?
Brock is pirate radio. I don't know what Troy D is paying him over there, but I guarantee it is not enough. If he is...
Bring me my money.
If he were to leave, the entire station would go under.
Completely under if I was to leave.
On fire.
All right, Shirley.
Ruckus Pirate says, I actually like the halftime show and like Clip too, but he probably needs to stay in his lane and set aside his desperate and failed attempts at being funny.
What is my lane, Igoe?
Your lane is being funny.
What lane? Because I'm not like a news guy. I don't have scoops like you. I don't know what my lane is. I'm a man without a lane.
I think you're driving down your lane perfectly centered.
Driving that lane high on cocaine. All right, Chandler.
Wayward Pirate, in response to Clip Brock is Pirate Radio. He and Shirley both. I'm liking Chandler in studio with Clip too. They have good banner and bits.
Look, everybody's getting in on the...
This is all the same thread?
No. The good ones are on Hoist the Colors. Okay. The bad ones are on Boneyard Banner. All right, Shirley.
Voss Frost says, he looks fat and stinky and is an absolute bozo.
Okay.
Voss Frost also has come after me in the past, which is why he's banned for life from Hoist the Colors.
Oh, life ban.
Definitely
why you got to cancel people, Igoe? You're such a snowflake.
That guy is the definition of a snowflake.
Chandler.
Big Time Buck says, Clip for President 2024.
That would not go well. I can promise you that. All right, so there you go. Some good, some bad, Igoe. You take the good with the bad. Everybody has an opinion. For some reason, when people go after you, Igoe, I get more upset than when people go after me. Because they call you Stephen Ego. And it's so... I guess it irritates me because it's so not true. Like, you don't even try to ruffle feathers. Like, I do it on purpose. Like, you just kind of do your thing, and I don't know. It's kind of irritate you. I guess you don't care, though.
I really don't care. I find it pretty comical. I think it's more personal if they, like, come to Hoist the Colors or, like, come to me in my Twitter DMs and try to say something to me. But if they're on, like, Boneyard or whatever, taking shots at me, then, I mean, they're just trying to, I don't know, ruffle some feathers or whatever. I don't really take it that seriously. And if anybody can hide behind a keyboard and say something, if you want to put your name on it, come say it to our faces. That's one thing. But I think people, as time has gone on, I just realized people love to say stupid crap on the internet just to. I feel like it's just gotten worse the last 5 years. Like, people are just so negative, man.
Yeah.
It's, over every little thing.
And that's why I appreciate
annoying
the Hoist the Colors folks, because there's no way everybody that saw that likes me. But they did kind of what I do. If you don't like something, just don't say anything.
Yeah, you can't please everybody. No matter what you're doing or what your job is.
You don't have to speak out on everything.
Right.
Some things you don't know what you're talking about. Some things you don't like, but don't even need to mention that. So, to all of you people that don't like me on Hoist the Colors, thank you for not saying that on the thread. That was very kind of you.
Well, all their parents taught them, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
There you go. That's the golden rule, I think, maybe. All right, Igoe. Let's take a break.
Let's do that.
We'll come back. We're going to hit baseball, basketball, football.
In that order?
And we're going to hit it hard. What did I say? Baseball, basketball? Yeah, in that order. Baseball, basketball, football. Pirates taking on the Bulldogs of Bryant this weekend at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We'll break it down. We're back with you after this.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or you can visit qualityequip.com to find a location near you. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. We'll make you a winner coming up at the end of this segment. Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, hanging out. Pirate Baseball. Igoe getting underway this weekend. It'll be East Carolina taking on Bryant. We saw Bryant. Well, I didn't see him physically. Did you see ECU and Bryant live in Charlottesville?
I did. Yep.
Bryant, I remember going into that, all the talk was, did they lead the nation in home runs, or they were up there?
I just knew that they were 44-10 or something like that, and just were dominant in their league, and they pretty much win their league every year. It's just a matter of whether they win the conference tournament in order to get the auto bid, because it's a one-bid league, but they're really good. Now, I was looking at their stat. I don't know much about Bryant, but I was looking at their stats from last year and comparing their top starters, top hitters, and it looks like they lost a lot. If you look across the country, a lot of teams lost a decent amount because you had all the COVID guys who came back, and then they ended up, leaving. Obviously, you only had, a 5-round draft the year before, so a lot of teams ended up losing more the next year. So ECU is not alone in losing so many key players, Bryant, but they'll be good. I mean, they'll come in here expecting to win. They're a regional caliber team every year, and they'll be a top 100 RPI team this year, if not much higher, top 50. So it's a quality opening season opponent, and they won't be intimidated at all. ECU's got to show up ready to play.
Sound like a coach, Igoe. Well done. All right, newcomers. Jake Hunter, have you seen him live?
I've not seen any of the newcomers live because I've not been out there.
Have you heard any scuttlebutt about him?
I've heard that he's got really good poise, really good command, can throw multiple pitches for strikes, and is deceptively good, I guess. You just like watch him and you're like, this guy just kind of has average stuff. But then
that's kind of what Agno said.
Plays above average.
He's like, he said, I thought I had a good feel on this guy, and he just kept putting his fastball by me, everything by me. So he was the name that kept coming up yesterday. How about offensively, Igoe, a new face that could be in the lineup this weekend? Anybody come to mind?
If I had to guess one, Ryan McChrystal. I mean, he was a guy that had a chance to go pro, 6'2", 210.
Catcher?
Yeah, catcher, DH type. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's your DH to begin with.
We saw a lot of Newton, Cadell, both last year in the lineup.
Yep. So I think the catchers, they have three potential starters, and Ben Newton, who's your returner, and then Justin Wilcoxon has been on the team the past 2 years, hasn't really played much. I think he had 3 game appearances last year, but he's come on strong this offseason. Then you have a new guy, McChrystal. So those 3 guys might all end up playing catcher this weekend. McChrystal's the guy I'm excited about seeing, just because anytime there's a highly touted prospect, you want to see him. You know, time will tell how those guys acclimate to the grind of a college season. It's a different animal, but he's got all the tools to hit in the middle of the order. And we know that Cliff Godwin's not afraid to stick a freshman or a new guy in there in the 4 or 5 hole. So if he's in the lineup on opening day, really interested to see. I've given up, unless people ask me, I've given up.
We're doing a lineup. We're doing it right now. We have to do it.
I've given up on trying to project where guys are hitting. Now,
we're doing it right now.
I can give.
You can't say you've given up because I'm about to ask you. Let's do a lineup.
Well, I just said I give up unless people ask me. Like, I'm not going to put out an article that says here's a projected lineup because it's just you can never guess it right with Cliff Godwin. You can get the positions right, you can't get the lineup right.
Well, we're gonna try. So, all right, Mac at third, Agnos, Giles at short, Moylan at first, Newton behind the plate.
Yeah, I think if you have a tight race, you probably go with the upperclassman, the guy who's played the most.
Worrell in center.
There's a chance that Riley Johnson could start in center, but we'll go Worrell.
And then Johnson at the corner?
Yeah, I would go Johnson and Hoover at the corners.
Okay, got that. All right, so now let's make our lineup out of that. Who you got leading off?
Do we have a DH?
Yeah, we're going to have a DH. McChrystal.
We'll go with McChrystal.
Who are the other options there, Steve?
I mean, you got a lot of options at DH. You could go
Is Skylar Brooks a hitter or
He's
pitcher?
focusing on pitching right now, from what I understand.
Right.
You could go Jenkins Cowart, the 6'6", 215-pound freshman. You could go Cam Clonch. You could go Will Coxon.
Okay.
You could go
Joey Barini.
CJ Boyd. Barini's probably not going to DH, but I like it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm leaving somebody else. But the problem is, and I guess it's a problem, but they have a ton of left-handed hitters. They honestly need CJ Boyd to kind of be a go-to right-handed option off the bat or off the bench because they have a lot of lefty hitters off the bench or switch hitters.
All right, Agnos, Hoover, Johnson. Who's leading off?
I'm going Riley Johnson leading off. But, I mean, that's the thing with Coach Godwin. Literally, he could go.
Nobody's holding your feet to the fire here, man. It's just for fun.
I'm just taking you through my thought process.
All right.
He could go best hitter first. We've seen that with
Packard.
being Packard. He could go speed. He could go on base percentage.
Yeah,
first. I mean,
Agnos with all the walks.
Yeah. But I kind of like Riley in the leadoff spot because he's got sneaky pop. He closed last year strong. He's got a good plate approach.
Sneaky Pop's a cool nickname.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make out my
Make
lineup.
out with who?
I'm going to make out my lineup.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like how I would make it out.
All right, make out, boy.
Make out.
Number 2, Zach Agnos.
Yeah, let's go.
No, I'm going to say mine. Okay.
Okay, put it right here because I need the visual.
Fine.
So we're doing each lineup.
Nah, this is yours.
Okay.
I might just chime in because you know more about this than I do.
All right, I'll go Zach Agnos, 2-hole. He controls the bat well.
All right, hitting third. You want some pop here. Maybe a Moylan, maybe an AMAC, maybe a Worrell.
3-hole, I'm going Josh Moylan.
Okay. Now again, I know what you're saying. Cliff gets funky with everything.
Hoover batted cleanup half of last year, right?
Turner Brown,
yeah,
big cleanup guy.
I think Hoover
is this Ryder Giles spot.
I mean, Hoover was batting cleanup at one point last year with, I think, one extra base hit like halfway through the season. Granted, he had an injury, but so you never know what you're going to get here. But let's see, 4-hole.
I'm going AMAC.
Yeah, I'm going.
But this is your lineup.
I'm going AMAC as well. I feel like he likes AMAC in the 4-hole. Switch hitter in the middle of the lineup. You like that too.
Now here's where I could see a Hoover coming in, just to really mix it up.
Now I'm going. You
got to put Worrell McChrystal somewhere.
I'm going Worrell 5. This makes too much sense. So
Ben Newton was a pretty good hitter last year, wasn't he?
He was. He was a solid average guy.
We still got McChrystal,
Newton,
Hooves, and
Giles.
Oh yeah.
I'm going McChrystal 6.
Okay.
Newton 7. Giles 8. Hoover 9.
The old second leadoff.
Yeah.
For Lane Hoover. All right, so there you go.
You could go, if they want to split up a couple of the lefties, you could always move McChrystal or Newton 5-hole and then put one of the switch hitters between them.
Yeah, everybody knows this at this point. Even the players. Carson Wisenhunt said the lineup you see Monday, you're not going to see 4 games later. So even their own player, like Zach Agnos, I asked him, "So are you at second Friday?" And he was like, "I think so, but I'm not sure." Right. So like everything's and we talk a lot about the two-way guys he brings in, but Cliff Godwin loves to bring in versatile guys like do different things, play different positions, and he's not afraid to mix it up.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Agnos, he could play second, short, or third on any given day. AMAC could play third, second, corner, outfield. You got a lot of the guys who can play first, can play corner, outfield, or DH. You know, we know Ryder will probably play shortstop, but he can play third or second if need be. Barini can play anywhere on the infield. So, you know, you got a ton of versatility, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it all unfolds, because I feel like this is a very talented team. And Coach Godwin said on you guys' show himself that he feels like this is the most talented, deep team he's ever had, but it's also one of the more unproven teams he's ever had. So a lot of the times you have to throw the guys out there in the game to really figure out what you have. So, and some guys rise to the occasion more than they do in practice. Other guys fold under that pressure. So I feel like we're going to see a lot of moving parts early in the year to try and figure out kind of what this team is all about.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, will be live on the scene this weekend. Let's get in some basketball talk. Igoe, speaking of smells, thought I smelled an upset on Saturday.
I did too.
Walking into Minji's.
Felt really good about it.
When ECU was up 21-16, I felt really good about it. When ECU was down 3 at halftime, I felt good about it, because my thought was Vance Jackson, he looked more like Pig Jackson, love Pig, but unfortunately couldn't hit a 3. I was like, well, he's definitely going to hit 1 or 2, probably 3 or 4 in the second half. And without him, we're right here. Oh, this is great. What I did not factor in was SMU going absolutely lights out and just dominating that second half. So that was disappointing, Igoe. We've seen, how many tale of two halves games have we seen with ECU this year?
It feels like 75%.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very frustrating because, like, the first half was fun to watch. I think you tweeted it was a great college basketball game, or just a fun college basketball game. Both teams were going up and down, exciting plays, playing in transition, hard defense, rebounding, some physical play. And
Luigi was as active as he's ever been.
Luigi was playing his tail off. He was like, he still wasn't jumping that high, but he was grabbing the board somehow, and he finished with 11 rebounds.
Brandon Suggs had a hell of a half.
Suggs was doing things, and it just felt like going into the
crowd was into it.
Like Newton and Vance weren't hitting anything. It was like, man, this is all the makings of an ECU win.
Yep.
And then it just died. And Dooley said after the game, like that sequence, and he didn't say exactly what it was, but he was like, we had 2 or 3 plays go against us, and it's like we just flipped. And Tremont misses a wide open fast break. They come down, hit a 3. ECU either turns it over, does something, they hit another 3, and that was basically the game.
Yeah.
And
7-point swing or whatever.
Joe said it best, yeah, that was a crappy sequence, but you can't just roll over and die at that point. I mean, there's still 18 minutes to go, or however much time was left. You were a made shot or 2 away from making a run and getting the crowd back into it, and it's just like that never happened. It was just kind of dead the rest of the way, and that's what's so frustrating about this team. Yeah, they don't have as much talent as a lot of the teams in the league, but it just feels like these lulls, man. They don't know how to get out of them.
I'll tell you what else is demoralizing, though, when every 3-pointer they take goes in.
Yeah, but I agree. You can only control so much of that, but I also thought the defense was bad. I mean, they were leaving Bandamel wide open. They were leaving they were going under screens when they should have been going over them. SMU entered the game with 6 guys shooting above 35% from 3. I think they shot 36% from 3 as a team entering the game. So, that's on the scouting report. The problem is they can also drive. I mean, they're very good. There's no excuse for them not to be in the tournament with their talent level.
Yeah, they're a good team.
They're really good, or they should be really good.
Why did Tremont blow the layup? Or I think the cool people online now say smoke the layup. Like he smoked that free throw. Is that right? CJ's nodding his head. He smoked the layup.
That almost sounds like he made it.
Right. Well, things changed. Like bad turned into a good thing.
Back when I was growing up, it was wet when you switch a shot.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
If you say that guy's cold, that's a good thing right now, right? That used to be bad.
That dude is ice cold.
Wow, what a compliment. You must really like that guy. Part of it was because he had gone to the basket 2 or 3 previous times and gotten blocked. And R.J. Felton, I thought, was going to have his first breakaway dunk. He got the pass kind of late, didn't get his feet right, so he didn't get to his highest elevation he could. But, man, he got freaking smoked at the rim by one of their defenders.
Somebody got swatted in the corner. Was it RJ or?
Yeah, it was RJ.
He got absolutely swatted into the front row.
They were not very big, but they were athletic and fast. That point guard was quick as hell too.
He's Davis, Kendrick, and they actually did a good job on him, which is
he hit a 3 and then didn't score for almost the whole rest of the game.
He's killed ECU in the past. So you feel going in, if you hold Kendrick Davis, who's averaging 19 to 5 points, you feel pretty good about it. But again, Newton didn't do much at all when the game mattered, and Vance, you can't count on him to go 6 of 8 from 3 every game, but you also don't expect him to go 0 for 9.
I hate to say it, Newton's kind of getting into like old Stafford, Blake Bortles.
Yeah,
you know exactly where I'm going.
He's got 5 points with 10 minutes to go, and then he finishes with like 22.
Fantasy, garbage time legend.
And I don't know what it is about, because he's still doing it against the starters. It's like he just, at the end of the game, he feels the need to just kind of take over. And there have been, the Tulane game, ECU was dead in the water, then he wakes up at the end. It's almost like once he sees a shot go in the final 10 minutes, he just takes over. But, where is that?
Well, maybe he's got more freedom, or if he does that in the middle of a game, he might get benched. I don't know. So there's that. Pirates on the road. They can win Thursday. Let's play guess the line. ECU at USF. I'll go USF minus 2.5.
That's exactly what I was going to say. 2.5.
All right. Well,
USF is not good.
No.
But neither is ECU right now.
And football, I saw the awards banquet. It was kind of funny when I saw those tweets rolling in. We gave out those exact awards on this show. Do you remember at the end of the year? To all the same people. Ryan Jones.
The only one we didn't do was the Academic Excellence Award.
Yeah, I didn't see their grades. Sorry. But Mitchell, Jones, I feel like we hit all of them. Jaquan, so we gave spoilers for the banquet the other night. Anything going on? Any coaching news, Igoe? I did see you post something.
There have been some minor adjustments to the staff, like GAs, and
I want to get the Cofield guy on the show just because I remember him. I don't know if he played in the game with the Redskins. Is it Jacoby?
Jacoby Cofield.
I remember his name, when he was on Washington, but I don't know if he played. But he is in an assistant's role. I think he just finished his playing career.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think a short time ago. And so, yeah, there's been some adjustments as far as GAs. Like, guys can only spend 3 years in a GA role at one school. So you've had some adjustments there. You've had Director of Player Development, Jason Nichols, former ECU receiver, going to Army to be the receivers coach there.
I like Jason Nichols.
I think he was just in a point where he wanted to be a assistant coach again. Director of Development, you're in an off-field role. And then
what does the Army receivers coach do?
Teaches blocking.
Yeah.
And how to run go route.
That's it.
Keith Gaither was there, and then he got hired at Virginia.
Keith Gaither got me
Mr.
so
Energy,
fired
man.
up for Scotty Mo football, man.
Keith Gaither was a good coach.
That video of him where he's in the middle of the huddle and just like screaming his tail off. Where is he now?
He's at Virginia.
I like him.
He is at the good old UVA.
Is Prunty still at Hampton?
As far as I know, yeah.
We gotta get him on the show.
He has to be, because he'll send out some birthday wishes to his players.
What a guy!
You follow him on Twitter or something?
I do.
I
have
even know
been since he was
on
here.
Well, Igoe's got his number. You don't need to follow him.
Man, I used to love. I used to love going out there and videoing you interview him. He was so funny.
He was, man. It was like kind of dark times, but he was. Well, and wasn't there a time where the defense was playing good or better, and he was kind of the man for a little while?
Yeah,
there?
they played well versus BYU that year.
Yeah, okay.
Not that BYU team was very good, but they really shut them down.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they played well against Cincinnati in the first ever game against Luke Fickle.
He was always good, but after wins, man, it was like
awesome.
it was the best.
ECU was a national champion.
He was laughing. He always smiled. Yeah. Oh man, great guy. All right. Anything else football wise, Igo?
Nah.
What are we in? Is it kind of a dead time? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's dead period for recruiting. So you got a lot of planning going on as far as the upcoming spring period. Because spring practice starts March 15th, I believe is the date. And so a lot of the stuff going on behind the scenes is they kind of map out the game plan for spring ball going into the summer, what they really want to see from a developmental standpoint, tweaks to the offense, that sort of stuff. We should get the schedule any day now from the American Athletic Conference. By the way, did you see today the Conference USA schedule was released, and it has...
I got to get into this at some point, yeah.
It has the teams that have stated that they're leaving the conference on the Conference USA schedule.
Is Marshall one of those teams?
Yeah, Marshall was...
So I read a headline that said... So the schedule came out, and after that, Marshall said, we're not in this league.
Yeah. Well, they announced earlier in the week, I don't know if it was a school announcement, but there was a report that Marshall, Southern Miss, whatever teams are going to the Sun Belt, they plan to leave Conference USA in July. And then literally today, the Conference USA dropped its schedule.
It's like a game of chicken.
Yeah. Has the teams on it. So, like, what happens?
Who are they going to play?
Are they just going to play
each other?
Yeah. Inter-squad games. It's just totally bizarre.
What if they played a best of 11 series during the season?
There's only going to be 3.
Southern Miss versus Marshall. Oh, so you'd have to go triangle match? Oh, you're saying Conference USA.
I don't know. I don't know I don't know what's going to happen on either side. I mean, it's just chaotic.
Yeah.
What does this mean for the TV contracts? Like,
yeah. Well, the Facebook contract.
Yeah. No, yeah. Marshall's got an exclusive Facebook deal where...
But Zuckerberg's losing his crap right now.
By the way, every announcing crew is not as good as the Marshall ECU Facebook announcing crew.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, they were legitimately good.
A lot better than some of the plussers we heard and others. I agree with that. All right, I got good stuff, man.
That's it.
I met Slater, your boy.
You did.
He's a good kid.
Stayed up to watch the game.
I thought it was kind of...
How was y'all's first conversation?
Well, that's what I wanted to say. It was a little... What's the word? Disrespectful. He didn't say one word to me the whole time I was there.
Wow.
He speaks,
silent treatment.
He speaks with his eyes.
Yeah, he just stared me down the whole time. I mean, what kind of kid are you raising over there, Igo? I bet when I left, he talked the whole time. He just started...
Oh, yeah, he just started crapping on it. So you know what he said? He said that fat, smelly kind of dude.
Wait,
he's the guy. He is the Southwest.
He is Southwest Onzo Pirate.
Wait, I was reading the name as Little Sigo. It's Little S Igo.
That's it.
Damn. That son of a gun. All right. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you having me. Flew by.
You're welcome. Shirley Rhodes, let's open up the booty bag on a Super Tuesday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, Shirley, what do you want to give away today?
Oh, let's look at my list here. How about let's do lunch for two at Tiebreakers.
All right, 317-1250. Lunch for two at Tiebreakers. The breaker. Did you say the caller?
No, I did not.
Say it.
I am going to go with caller 11.
Caller 11, 317-1250. You can be a winner. We're back with you after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
This is Dr. Christopher McDowell from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services. For experience and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Eric Mazzell of Greenville. Picked up lunch for two at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. You want to talk about a circle of stank? I guess it'd be a square.
You?
I guess it'd be a rec. What's a trapezoid? What's a four-sided object that doesn't have the same length of lines? Is that a trapezoid?
Hold on.
Either way, I'm looking at the odds for the next Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl 57. Chandler, don't think, just talk. Who's going to win the Super Bowl next year?
I'm going to go Rams back-to-back.
What were you about to say? Saints, Seahawks?
I don't know. Commanders.
49ers. Rams are plus 900. They have the third highest odds behind the Bills and Chiefs. So I don't know what Shirley's Dolphins have done the last couple of days other than their new coach is cool and has a cool interviews. But they're plus 3,500. The Commanders and the Steelers are plus 4,500. And the Carolina Panthers are plus 5,500.
Didn't we have the same odds the other day?
We did, yeah. But Steelers, Commanders, Panthers are all right there in order, and the Dolphins, for some reason, are a little bit higher than that. The Dolphins have a quarterback. The Steelers, Commanders, Panthers don't. I guess we do, but they're the thought would be that they're all going to try to address it, perhaps. I would say the Steelers. What's the order of those teams most likely to address the quarterback position? I would go Steelers 1, Commanders 2, Panthers 3, right? Okay.
Because the Panthers technically have a quarterback with Sam Darnold under contract. So, yeah, I think we would fall behind.
And we still have Heineke, and the Steelers still have Rudolph and
Haskins.
Yeah. Man, that Heineke cut was so much fun 2 years ago. Not as fun now. Not at all.
Heineke.
I'm bummed that there's no football. I am excited about ECU baseball. I am super pumped, Chandler, for March Madness. I'm excited for the conference tournaments. I think the SEC, Big 12, Big 10 in particular are going to be awesome.
I'm ready for the ACC tournament.
Well, you got the U.
It's all about it, though.
I'm excited for you and the U.
But I don't know. Other than Duke, there's no other top 25 ranked team in the ACC. So, obviously, I'm going to be going for Miami. So, and we had a great time watching them last year, and I feel like the ACC tournament's always fun because, it's the ACC tournament. But
by the way, I was doing a trivia question for tomorrow night. It would have taken me 7-8 tries, maybe more, to guess last year's ACC basketball tournament champion.
Who is it, Shirley?
Those listening in your cars right now.
Could you say that one more time?
Who is the ACC?
Who won the ACC tournament last year?
ACC basketball tournament?
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
How do you know that?
Because I was listening to Chandler.
Just
because I act like I don't listen doesn't mean I don't.
Oh, no. Shirley's listening to what we say around here.
Quiet. Hey, she's listening over there.
Shirley, you're very attentive. Shirley has a lot of nieces and nephews, looks after folks. She has the great ability to ignore you and listen to you all at the same time.
That's exactly right.
It is crazy.
Shirley,
it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
She does her work. She has her back turned, yet she's aware of everything going on around her.
Yeah, unless I don't
she has
want
eyes
to.
in the back of her head.
Yeah, unless I don't want to know what's going on, and then I put my headphones on and ignore you completely.
I have completely blocked out. I don't remember Georgia Tech winning the ACC championship at all, but it happened. Josh Pastner was probably wearing his face shield. And
that's right. I forgot about the face shield.
He was probably halfway on the court during the game, like he likes to be. By the way, Gary, State and Georgia Tech tonight.
Yeah, I got to get on the road.
State's a road dog, which makes me like State tonight. Just pointing that out. What do you think?
I don't know, Clip.
Do you still have your sheet?
I just threw it away.
Oh, okay.
I can go get it.
No, I wanted you to read some of it as Donnie Kirkpatrick. Whale? I just wanted to hear you say whale. Whale? All right, so Donnie Kirkpatrick trashing me. What would that sound like?
This is fun.
All right, Donnie, go ahead. Give me a whale.
Whale?
You hadn't done that in a while.
I haven't done it, so it might not be good.
Yeah.
Well, a fat, stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice.
Little, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And doesn't seem like a real bad guy, but just a bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality and horrible interviewer. I've been on Pirate Radio a few times, and he is just so bad at what he does, but but much better than North Raleigh's finest, Troy, my daddy made some money doofus.
Thank you, Coach.
You have to go. You have to go down. It's like, yeah, he's really bad. He's really bad because you know how sometimes his voice dips down kind of low.
He's really bad. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he def looks. Fat. Well, he def looks fat and stinky, and is an absolute bozo.
You know what I'm saying? All right, Shirley, we got our last break.
Yeah,
let's take it. We'll come back, wrap it up here on a Tuesday. Let you know what's coming up on Wednesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do you do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
Hey Pirate fans, D&D Advertising has the new 2022 baseball schedules ready, and you can pick them up at these fine business locations: Phoenix Sign Pros, Avery Plumbing, Postal Annex of Greenville Auto Repair Center, Bowman Padgett and Associates, ENC Roofing, McGregor Downs Health and Rehab Center, Stowe's Vegetation Experts, Billy's Tree Service, JTG Professional Window Tint, Crawl Space Pro, Club Pilates, Jolly's Pawn, Vestique Clothing and Accessories Boutique, Herc Reynolds, Jennifer Schaefer Coldwell Banker, Blackbeard Cigars, Uptown Brewing Company, or the Bodega and Cafe. Please patronize these fine businesses as they are an asset to the community. D&D Advertising Enterprises is not licensed, affiliated with, or endorsed by any university, sports institution, or program unless specifically stated in writing. No proceeds from any of the funds collected for your ad will be given to any educational institution or sports team. We are not responsible for any schedule changes made after printing.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. The Canes and Hornets, the Hornets and Canes. Could it be the playoffs for both of Carolina's pro sports franchises? I'll have some thoughts next.
I'm Clip Brock.
I'm Chandler Honeycutt.
I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Join us every weekday from 3 to 6 for Pirate Radio Live.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on with ECU athletics and make you a winner each and every day when we open up the Pirate Radio Booty Bag.
You can hear the show streaming online, on radio, and on social. Catch us weekdays on Pirate Radio Live from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Barring a total collapse, Rod Brindamore's Hurricanes will be in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Carolina has been one of the best teams in the league, competing in the very tough Metropolitan Division of the NHL. The Canes are really solid. They could make a deep run. The Hornets' position is a little more precarious. Charlotte will probably battle for a 7th or 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. James Borrego's ball club has a lot more work to do, but I really like the looks of this exciting young team, led by LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, and Terry Rozier. They're really fun to watch, and the vets, Gordon Hayward and Mason Plumlee, lend a steadying influence. It could be a fun spring following both Carolina's pro teams in the playoffs. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit Inside the Booth.
You've been listening to Inside the Booth with Jeff Charles, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is Carson Wissenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report, if I can get my mic to... Okay, there we go. All right. Let's try this again. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was up 422 points at 34,988. The NASDAQ was up 348 points at 14,139. The S&P was up 69 points at 4,471. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show. Here's Clip.
All right, we'll see you Wednesday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk to the new play-by-play voice getting ready to call his first ECU baseball game on Friday. Scott Rogers will join us in the Pirate Radio studios. We will talk to the voice of the Pirates, Jeff Charles, talk some hoops and more. And Bryce Williams joins us as well, straight from jury duty. So can't wait. Hopefully he doesn't have jury duty and can join us and tell us all about that when we talk to you Wednesday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. We will see you then. For Shirley Rose, Chandler Honeycutt, CJ Schaefer, I'm Clip Brock. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to the Pirate Radio Podcast, featuring special guests discussing a wide range of topics and personal stories. Now live from the Pirate Radio studio, here's Shirley Rhodes.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pirate Radio Podcast featuring the ECU Baseball Players Lounge. On today's podcast, we'll hear comments from CJ Mayhew, Carson Wissenhunt,